and made their way into this large throne room where Benazar found a scepter, has a little golden on one hand and a silver end on the other hand. Put a crown on his head that is now attached to his head. Not sure how to get that off right now. And Urash found a very nice orange gleaming gem in the bunch of pile of bones. He picked that up and put it in his pack. And that is where we ended after, they looked through a couple of rooms before we left, one small room, and we ended it. Did I miss anything big?
Oh, you guys should hear me. Is my voice better now or not better?
All right, yeah. Excellent. So guys, in the party sheet, really quick, Benazar, why don't you grab the scepter just so you have that, and it's on you. And I think, Urash, you did grab the orange gem. And if somebody wants to grab the golden key from the vat room, just so I know who has that, that would be nice. I put a little parentheses from the vat room in it.
It's the same.
And other than that, you can leave everything else in there if you want.
How about now? Is my
oh, that was the golden key from the slime.
Yeah, I just put in parentheses from the vat room. So if somebody wants to grab that and put it on their character. And do we have any questions before we get back to it?
I'll take the key.
All right. All right. Well, here we go. Let's get back started. So right as we ended last time, you guys looked in a small room into the northwest corner. And remember, that green devil face is about, I think, 20 or 30 feet high. It's very high on the wall. They just couldn't show it any better. So what would everyone like to do?
Yeah, Celestian, I am.
And there was nothing in this room?
There was not a thing in that room. Nope.
Next door.
Okay.
I'm going to come to assist if anything big jumps out.
Do you guys hear echo in my voice at all?
No.
Nope.
Because the stream is saying that only my voice is echoing, but you guys hear me fine, so I don't know what the hell. And I might have to do with clean feed or whatever, I fucking don't know.
Well, let me look at something real quick before we keep going. 1 second.
Who's going to open that door?
Yeah, Rob, it looks like you're muted. So if you're muted in clean feed, you should be fine. So, don't know.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Normally, Benazar would unsubtly suggest one of you do it. But she's feeling guilty about her past, so she's going to do it.
All right. I love it.
Well, as Jocko runs in front of Benazar, so Jocko, it's glowing kind of a faint lilac color. So what are we doing? You opening the door?
Yeah, I'm going to look at the door and see if it looks like I can open it. I'm not going to be and listen a little bit by the door.
Yeah, it looks like it would open towards you. And as you listen to it, you don't hear a thing.
All right, I'm going to open the door and stay behind it since it's coming towards me.
Yeah, I know it.
Okay, and as Urash touches the door, you all see that the light that was kind of shimmering around the door changes to a bright and coruscating purple with tinges of sickly green. And as you open that, it's another small bare chamber with a small door on the north wall and a pair of swords crossed behind shields hung upon the walls. There are 3 such sets on each side of the walls to either hand, and 2 sets on the north wall, one flanking each side of the door. So all I've got is that old school illustration, but that's a pretty good depiction of what you see.
Thank you, stream, for letting me know so that I can fix that.
Do any of the symbols on these shields match up with the pillars that are in the room?
You spend a couple minutes looking and no, you don't see anything that matches at all. So no, it just, yep.
Huh.
All right, Jocko's going in.
Small door.
We'll step in and look at the shields a little closer.
Okay, Jocko, as soon as you walk in that room, everyone can roll initiatives as all of the sets, or actually, I guess one set of flying swords and shields come off the wall and are flying at you to attack.
Punk ass.
These things animate, and they are going to get you
Punk ass with the drums and everything. Holy shit.
with the drums and everything. All right, and Vethader, you are up first, and you can
Fireball.
certainly kind of hear Jocko go, "Oh, what's going on?"
All right. So I'm not sure if I feel like my character needs to expend any magical energies at this point, so I'm going to Sacred Flame. Can I see the shield through the door from where I am, or should I move up?
All right.
You can see it.
Contest is on.
Yeah, it's the door, so he
Enter.
kind of swung it
Do it.
open.
I'll
So
say I probably would move up a little bit too, so I'll just do that. And then I'm going to Sacred Flame the shield.
3-minute
That's
countdown.
my
Okay.
action. Drop in it. Oh, burning with holy fire.
all right, and it fails.
Okay, and then I end my turn. As
All
I
right.
immolate it with Helm's glory.
Yes, you do. All right, and next up is Benazar.
Benazar will pull out a Toll the Dead and try to finish off this shield.
Shit.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And this thing just kind of crashes and clatters to the ground and looks spent. Looks completely spent.
What a weak shield. Benazar will step over there, and that'll be her turn.
All right. All right, so this thing is going to take a swing at you, Jocko. And it's a long sword that misses, and it has one attack. So it misses its attack. And Clark, you are up.
All right. Clark, as you know, has reach. So
I do know that.
It's a
he
reach
will come
around.
in. He will give Jocko the reach around.
I don't know if I'd say that's the
And-
Christian thing to do, but give it
What
a
the
shot.
hell? What the fuck did I just do? No, never mind. Take that off. I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. That's what I wanted. Did I hit it? Damn it.
You
All right.
missed, yes.
Second attack. All right. Third attack.
This thing is bobbing and weaving and moving and shaking. Oh, you get him that time. Damn it.
Yeah.
All right, and this thing clatters to the ground, broken
Move
in
out
half.
of the way. Let Jocko destroy the last one.
Awesome sound effects.
Jocko says, "Oh man, I was getting ready to disengage there. I was surrounded, but not anymore. And I'm not even gonna rage because I don't like raging when I'm tired."
Very confident.
Very confident.
Plus 17. Jesus Christ.
Do another
Damn
one.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, and it clatters.
Hey
Clang.
guys, we cleaned out the room. Someone else
That's
want to
it.
open this door? I'm a little spooked.
I'm going to yell out, a Sararak is a punk ass bitch.
Punk bitch confirmed.
Yep, punk bitch.
That's-
confirmed.
It's really
Mistakes were
rude to
made.
speak ill of the dead, okay?
He's not dead. He's not dead. Mistakes were made.
I'm gonna go in and investigate this door.
Pringle
As soon
time,
as
that's
you go
right.
in, another set.
Don't make me
This
win
one
this.
looks
Oh,
a
let's see
little
who
bit
won.
stronger than the last set.
Oh,
Comes
even when I have
flying
the
down.
crown.
All right,
I'm
guys,
your
I'm gonna
master.
Give away the prize,
Yep.
and the winner is
So we'll stay.
Dead Hand.
Yeah, we'll stay
Bam.
in initiative order. So let me put this at the top, though.
So Dead Hand, PM me in Discord, and I'll
And
get you your
Vethader,
prize.
you are up. Why did that not populate? Let me get these on there. Guess, damn.
Copy. Standing by.
That's weird.
Standing by.
You can choose anything from that list that is not a package, and I will give it to you for free. And ladies and gentlemen, maybe I will give away another
All
prize
right,
before the
now
end
you
of the
see
show.
him.
All right, I will do what seems to be working and burn them with some holy fire.
Okay.
You reach forward and some radiant fire burns them from the sky, just like comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, it does.
And that will end my turn.
Damn.
This calls for a thunderclap.
Ah, nice cantrip that.
Dead hand. What?
Damn, they all failed. They don't like that. One of the swords immediately crashes against the wall and melts.
And I will stand there and hope that I don't die. It feels like a good hope. It's probably not going to die. But you never know. Never
All
know.
right. And the shield just kind of seems to, it kind of holds its turn a bit. And Clark,
All right.
your turn.
Clark's going to come in next to his buddy. Say, I will help you, ma'am. He's first going to attack this thing. That's right.
All right, now.
Oh, sorry.
That's right. That's right. No. I didn't do it quick enough. It's all good.
So
All right.
do I?
If you do
should I
another
keep
attack,
going?
if you hit, no, keep going. If you do another attack and hit, just pause for a second.
Okay. So no worry there. I'll do my
Okay.
other attack. Oh, snap.
All right. And as you're swinging at the sword, the shield basically flies and deflects the blow, but you do hit the shield. So target the shield now and do your full damage to it with a crit.
I guess switching targets made it not crit.
Well, it killed it. So next time,
Oh, okay,
that's
so there's
interesting.
the extra damage. And then since I killed the thing and crit, I get another shot.
No, not when it's an inanimate object. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's okay. I was like, what the hell is he talking about? Holy Christ! It's gonna be our
Sorry.
first fight. Remember how we talked about we haven't had a fight yet? That was gonna be it right there.
Yeah, see? God damn it.
That was gonna be it.
Oh, God, that was pretty
You're
deadpan.
out of
too.
your fucking mind. Oh, that's a hit too.
Yep.
Nice.
That was good though. You said that with all seriousness. No, not when it's an inanimate
Right.
object. I was like, what the? All right.
And that, God, you got a kind of a pile of weapons now at your feet.
And then I
So there
look
should
to
be two
Benazar
more, I think.
and I say,
There are 3 more sets that you see on the wall.
oh, okay. Even though I know that, I say to Benazar, now you can open the door.
So what's this door look like? Just a door?
It just looks like, yeah, normal door. Yeah, it looks very similar to the door that you just opened, but no gleaming, no flashing.
I try to open the door.
Okay. And the door opens.
And when it says small, like we're talking about just not large, or is it like gnome size or anything?
Just
Is what? I'm sorry.
The door was described as small.
No.
That was not,
Just a normal. Nope.
okay. It is
Just
small.
a normal
Okay.
door.
But maybe we had to crawl through it or something.
It doesn't look good.
Oh, there's only bodies in there. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, you see some skeleton bodies on the floor from where you are. It looks like this. This is kind of what you can make out from where you are.
And is
look-
that the entrance door, or is there another archway that looks like an entranceway thing?
It's the entrance door, so that you're coming from. Yeah,
Okay.
there.
Copy that.
If you can see that arrow.
some kind
Okay.
of fish fountain urine spilling. We don't know what that is.
I feel like I've reached the limits of my courage. I will step 5 feet inside. I'm looking very hard at the ground, try and see if anything tries to jump out at me, but I will step in there
Okay.
and see what happens.
Nothing happens. No movement.
I will look back to Clark and just kind of shrug.
I will go bravely in some amount of way. See if I get a bad thing happening.
Okay. No, you don't, but you see a little bit of glowing letters on the north wall of the chamber. You can't quite make out what it says, but you see something on that far wall.
Okay, when I see that, I would like to go closer to see if I can read it. So I'll go my full 40 feet. Try not to disturb
Okay.
these dead bodies that are there, laying there. And do I able to read it now? I'm not able to speak English, but can I read
You are.
what's on them?
Yep. Yep. And it reads in glowing letters, "You who dared to violate my tomb now pay the price. Stay
Oh,
here and die.
fuck.
Stay here and die slowly of starvation, or open and enter the door to the south where certain but quick death awaits. Whichever you choose, know that I, Asarak the Eternal, watch and scoff at your puny efforts and enjoy your death throes."
Why
It's
don't you
not
come
nice.
here and fight me yourself, bitch?
It's just a message. It's not. He's not actually there.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is not something I'm hearing. I'm just reading it on the wall. All right. Well, I'm gonna ready an action to fight shit if anything shows up, and then I'll be done.
Okay.
I guess I should have been more specific. I'm gonna ready a melee action to strike any enemy force within my range before my turn.
Can you
comes
drop
up again.
that text into the chat, Gwyd? That's something you can do. There you go.
I can. Just 1 second.
We might die here.
And we didn't
Are-
see a door to the south.
No, you see, I mean, you came in from that door. Yeah, it's kind of an old school illustration, but you see the fountain, kind of a small stream of water in a water basin to the left, and there are all kinds of skeletons here, rotting equipment.
You can't just see one chip. You got to get like 10
So
of them.
there's, you can do what you want, but that's what you see.
You gotta lick the salt
For
like this,
research purposes,
then you gotta eat it.
Benazar is going to try to step out of the room.
When it says open the door to the south, that doesn't mean that the door that Clark entered, did the door close on him?
No, it is not.
Okay, copy that.
Research purposes. What a bunch of bullshit.
All right, Jocko's going to squeeze between his two buddies and piton the door open so he doesn't get shut in and starve, and then step back out and do the same with the purple door so that the doors are jammed open.
I have a suspicion. I think that this room up here to the north might have been a possible teleport location. Like maybe we go through another door in the dungeon and it drops us here, and we read that message. And then we go through the door to the south, and then the shields come out and try to attack us. So I think we kind of came into this room backwards from a Sararak's design.
Because it was awful easy to open the southern door from the other side, but what about if we can't open it from this side? So, what should we do?
So I say we search the bodies. Just in case they have anything
Dungeon,
important on them.
In this dungeon, I hear it.
Okay. You search the bodies. And stand by 1 second.
100 billion gold. Is that what those dice were?
That looked really bad.
That was interesting.
I don't like any of this.
All right, you see a bunch of platinum pieces, gold pieces, gems, and I'm going to put a parcel. You also see a potion in there, as well as a very nice gleaming flail. And I'm going to put this all in a party sheet. So 1 second. And it should show, oh, actually, it probably exploded, but so yeah, I apologize. It just kind of exploded in there, but you should be able to see. There's like a obsidian gems, hematite gems, lapis lazuli gems. But the main things you saw were the flail that looks really nice and a potion.
Not being someone who's into weapons, yeah, I bet that there's kind of.
The potion has a red pulsing liquid in it.
Continuously contracts to a tiny bead and then expands to color clear liquid around it.
Oh, jeez.
And Clark, as you're looking and kind of you're looking through the bodies, that body immediately to your east, you find kind of scrawled in almost illegible, it looks like maybe it was with his own blood, but he says, essentially it's a note very similar to what Benazar said. And that is, we ended up here, we were teleported here. I hope no one finds this note because we were not able to make it out as all of the shields and swords began to cut us down. With my last breath, I wrote this note in the hopes that someone maybe could read it someday. Say
Awesome.
hello to my daughter.
And Benazar will take the time to write that message down in a journal.
Okay.
Alright, we got a flail and a potion. I'm done with this room.
Say hello to my little daughter. I am done too. Let's grab those items. Let's later on see if the flail can do anything for anybody. I'm assuming it's magical and unidentifiable at this point.
I have a scroll of identify, I think.
Oh.
Or did I use it? Let me take a look. I have one scroll of identify left.
Let's use it.
Potion or flail?
Or the potion. I would put potion.
Yeah, I would maybe identify the potion instead.
Alright, I will burn my last scroll of identify to identify this potion.
Okay, you do that, and it is identified, and it is a potion of diminution.
Ah.
And you guys can, as you look at it and think about it, you kind of, Benazar, you're smart enough to get the joke that it probably would have gotten them small enough to maybe try to get out of that room, but it wouldn't have allowed them to get out of the room. It was more of another screw you from Asarak.
The guy who designed this is a total dick.
What a
Right.
dick.
I hope he's dead.
You see, because he's
All right. Urash, you have a kind of a light blue, faint blue light on this door in front of you, and there's a brass pull on it.
All right, I'm gonna listen by the door and try to hear if there's anything lurking, and then I'll open it. If
You
nothing, I
don't-
don't hear anything.
Don't hear anything, so you pull the door open, and it pulls easily, and it groans a bit as you open it up, and it reveals a room that looks like this. And I don't think there is a picture of this one, but you see a low stone table upon which rests a wooden sarcophagus.
Two fantasy
Various
rounds.
broken
Are
and
there
looted
plans to
urns and
make an app,
coffers
man?
are
We're getting a
scattered
lot of
all
fucking questions
about
today
the room.
because of the Roll20 fiasco.
Looks like something for someone from the Underdark to check on.
We're happy to have some new people. Who's from the Underdark? Benazar.
I was born in Neverwinter, for the record. Dicks.
Don't be praised. Get in there.
Do less.
I will look at the coffin. I don't touch it, but I look at it, see if there's anything written on it. See if there's any signs that it's been opened previously.
It doesn't look like it's been opened. It's pretty ornate, but nothing you really recognize. No runes or anything that you can make out, but it definitely looks like it's a very ornate kind of symbols, but nothing really intelligible. And Clark closes the door behind you. No, I'm just kidding.
I purposely mistyped it so that it would.
I know. All right.
Okay. I guess we try to open it.
Oh, did
Hold
we? Are
on,
we
hold on.
storming
Let
the
your buddy
beholder?
come
What the
in.
hell?
No, I didn't say I was gonna open it. I said we try to open it.
Wait,
I will assist with my crowbar if needed.
I mean, technically, I think I'm assisting you.
Okay.
I
All
think
right.
that was
So
clear.
nice.
whoa, equal
So
sign going big on the
you open
roulette.
it,
Holy
and
shit!
the sarcophagus top, slowly pulls back, and inside it, you definitely do see
This
a
is empty.
full-on wrapped body
What's in
that
there?
kind of looks like what you would think a mummy would. And if you guys
Ah,
both give
fuck.
me perception checks, please. I guess Benazar and Jaco. All right. So Jaco, surprisingly enough, you actually noticed kind of barely visible in between the wrappings that are on this body's head. You notice a huge gleaming amethyst. I mean, this thing looks like it's worth. I mean, you've seen gems before, and you've never seen this big and this bright.
All right. Out of curiosity, I'm gonna take my orange gem and just touch it to the amethyst that's bleeding through the folds.
Okay, you do that, and you hear a soft clink, but nothing else.
Gem sounds. Okay. All right. I'm gonna step out of the room because this is not my domain of specialty.
So, looking at those gems, do they look similar in shape to the gems in the collar?
No, they don't. This one looks, and it's just one gem, and it's huge. I mean, you can't see the entire thing because it's just poking out between the wrappings, but it looks, much even bigger than the size of a fist. I mean, this looks like a huge gem.
Get the whole fist up there, Doc.
And there's nothing, and is there anything like between the body and the walls of the sarcophagus, or kind of
No,
more thoroughly search it?
no, you just see kind of the broken urns and coffers. It looks like the rest of the place might have been looted pretty well, from what you can tell.
Could I step in the room and do a religion check to see if I recognize the ritual or the deity or the like the ritual significance of how they mummified him, maybe the culture or the.
Yeah, I mean, you look, and you just you can't really tell anything. It seems a little odd to you, but I mean, nothing that really comes to mind in terms of your recollection.
Okay. All right. Well, I say we leave the dead to rest.
Yeah.
So I forget what, like, it looks like we've looked at everything here. So if we go back out, was there some place we skipped in the other maps?
Let me.
There was the previous map that we didn't explore all of.
Okay.
And I can give you. I mean, just here, I'll put this back just so you remember what's in the kind of what was in the room, just the description as you walked in. 1 second. Yeah, those are the two things. So other than kind of the pillared throne area in the bottom, that's about it.
Did we ever open that panel in the front? We never did we?
We're not sure it's an actual panel. It's just part of the throne with a picture of the crown on it.
I would ask Benazar, do you feel any strangeness after wearing that crown? Is it?
So the only
Does
thing
it
that
affect you?
the crown has allowed me to see this room as clear as day. So for me, the room is no longer dark. Beyond that, I can't take it off at the moment.
Oh.
And Clark, how cautious are you being as you're walking through
Not
here?
cautious.
Are you
Now that
okay?
we've cleared the room, I'm fully
roll-
confident there's no other things here.
Roll me a percentile dice,
Okay.
please.
Benazar, if you want this item to be taken off of you, let me know and I can help.
I've got
All right.
an idea how to do it, but we'll see.
So Clark, as you're kind of walking down through, and you don't really, like you said, you've explored most of the room. You just kind of barely brush one of the pillars as you're kind of walking through here, and you immediately begin to slowly start floating up into the air.
Oh, I'll grab the pillar. Do the pillars go floor to ceiling?
They do. They
And how
do.
tall is
So
the ceiling?
the ceiling is, I believe it's 25. Let me go back and look at it real quick.
Somebody's trying to Willy Wonka my ass to the ceiling. What's up?
It's exactly what they're trying to do.
You stole the fizzy lifting drinks.
So the ceiling is 30 feet. So give me an acrobatics check trying to kind of grab onto this pillar as you're literally kind of starting to float like a helium balloon.
Oops, I meant to throw that in the tower, but whatever.
That's okay. No, that's bad. Why don't you re-roll it? I'm just kidding. No, you're fine. So you're really feeling like you're getting tugged up, but you do get a good grasp on that pillar, and you're about kind of maybe 5 feet off the ground. And definitely trying to pull you up, but you're kind of right now, you're right stuck on that pillar about 5 feet off the ground.
Do I think that it's because I nudged the pillar or stepped on something on the floor, or I just really don't know?
Best you can tell is you do think it was because you kind of touched that pillar.
Okay.
And as soon as you touched a pillar, you started floating.
Do you let us know what you think triggered it?
I'm going to just say, I would say, as I start to go up and I grab the pillar to try to steady myself, I'll be like, guys, don't touch the pillars because I'm floating now.
Why would you do that?
I don't mean to.
Be careful next time. All right, so Jocko's going to do something a little Jocko-y. He's going to go in and remove the body with the Jim skull, put it in his arms, the mummy, and carefully walk through the pillars now that he knows they're magically inclined. Pick it up on the dais and lay it down there.
So you're taking the entire body and dragging it? Okay.
I've got it in my arm. I'm carrying it. But I'm dodging the pillars because of...
No, I got you. I mean...
So
Clark is just like, help me out, guys.
Methader was going to see Clark, and then all of a sudden he sees Jocko run by him with the body, and he's just like, what? Doesn't say anything yet.
I kind of boosted and sat in the chair, thinking maybe our king will revive. He steps back to there. And
careful, Jocko. That's blasphemy. Our king.
All right.
You know not who this was.
All right. So it's kind of sitting. It's kind of sitting up with the gem poking out of its head and just kind of head lolling to the side, and it's just sitting on the big throne or chair.
Kinder Bernie's.
Right, that didn't turn out to what I thought it would, but it's kind of cool looking. I gotta take a selfie.
Jocko, the dead are not toys to be used as dolls and playthings.
No, I thought the king wanted to return to his throne. Sorry.
I will cast spell magic on Clark.
You do that, and Clark, you feel your body kind of come back to your own. The feeling of kind of weightlessness abates, and you are back on the ground.
All right, I'll step out away from any pillars because now I don't like them.
Clark was high as fuck.
Then I'll say, "Thank you, my good lady, because I didn't enjoy the idea of floating away."
Nobody ever does.
Insert "Come Sailing Away," the song.
See the ceilings, if they're spiked or anything strange about the roof or the ceiling?
No, the ceiling doesn't look anything other than the big double faces on the top north end that are about 24 feet off the ground. Nothing else, just 30-foot tall ceiling.
Yeah, so that would be a potential option, is if you wanted to try and see if there's anything more to those faces, then we could try to intentionally fly up there and take a look.
Stick our dicks in the hole and then they get absorbed.
I mean, they're working on that door over there. So
Clark is going to continue to do what he was originally going to do, which is go investigate that panel again and see if it slides or pushes in or pulls out or any of that type stuff.
So you spend, 10, 15 minutes, you're looking all over this, and the only thing that you see is that replica of the crown. And it was kind of hard to see. It wasn't very obvious, but it's on the lower front panel of the seat, kind of underneath one of the body's legs now that's sitting on the big throne. But that's the only thing of note at all.
Put that crown on the mummy's head. Let's do it.
Well, I guess I'll see if the thing that I think might take it off will take it off. I'm gonna pull out the scepter and I'm gonna touch the silver end to the crown.
You pull out the scepter, and as you guys are watching him do that, or her, excuse me, do that, you immediately feel your entire body begin to crumble and turn to dust until Benazar is no longer there. It's just a pile of dust.
Fucking shit.
Wait, everyone's body or
Just Benazar's. When he touched the silver end to the crown is now on the ground. Benazar is a pile of dust, and the scepter is on the ground.
I run up to him and try to cast Revivify.
Okay,
It's a
stand
level-
by. Throw me Revivify in the chat, please. I can look at it, I guess, but if it's
I got
if you
it.
have
There
right
you go.
there.
I'm taking the spell slot now. The problem is if it's similar to Disintegrate, I don't think it works.
Yeah, I will tell you, without you burning that slot, since that does talk about body parts, the only thing that would bring him back is really a wish spell.
Yes.
I'm inspecting the dust, I guess, at this point. I realize that casting the spell wouldn't work, and I turn around and I say, he's gone. There's nothing I can do. This is beyond me.
He was good enough to leave the crown and the scepter for us. So thanks, Benny. We'll miss you, man.
No, these artifacts are.
Don't fucking touch those things. You're gonna die.
No. Jocko's gonna grab both of them and walk
here we
up to the throne and put them on the head of the gem mummy and put the scepter in its hand and then step back.
Right.
He's looking for the Mummy King. Maybe he can revivify Benazar.
Wait, so what are you doing exactly, Jocko? I'm sorry, I was looking at a few things, but what exactly are you doing?
I'm going to take the crown and the scepter, and I'm not going to put it on my head, of course, because I saw what happened to Benazar, that those thorns go into his head, so it's locked in. But I'll put it on top of the gem head and put the scepter in the mummy's hand, and then back off the dais and leave Clark alone on the dais.
Wait, what?
Okay. Now you put it on the that mummy's head, and nothing happens.
And when he puts the scepter in the mummy's hand, nothing happens?
No.
All right, I will go up and I will grab the mummy's arm, making sure that I'm not touching the scepter, and I will touch the silver end of the scepter to the crown.
Oh, yeah, use a surrogate. I like it.
You touch, while it's on the mummy, you touch the silver end of the scepter to the crown?
Right.
Okay. As you do that, the entire mummy's body just crumbles and turns completely to dust along with the gem. And now you just see a pile of fetid powder sitting in the chair and kind of spilling all around the chair.
All right, and I'm going to turn around to Jocko and Vethadur and say, all right, we did it.
It takes care of that.
And I'm going to confidently, yet sadly, because of Benazar, start to stroll out of the dungeon like we've won.
And I'm like sitting there next to the dust pile. I'm like, What did we do exactly?
I'm confident that we have vanquished the evil in this dungeon by the fact that I just destroyed this dummy. Or mummy, I mean.
Dummy,
Take-
mummy.
Yeah, I'm
Dummy,
taking
yeah,
my
dummy.
broom out and pushing Benazar's dust into my bag.
You're gonna take
Taking-
him with us.
Taking him with us. Who knows what some.
Yeah, well, that's a good
archmage
idea.
can
We're gonna
do.
find somebody with a wish spell to bring him back, maybe. But
Yeah.
whether it's true or not, Clark is fully convinced that we are done here. We've done what we came to do.
Okay.
And so he's going to wait for Jocko and Vethadur to kind of agree with him or not.
I would say I'm not so sure about that.
Oh, no? Okay, and then he'll stop and say, what should we do?
Oh, jeez.
Want to float up and look at these green things? That doesn't sound good.
Benazar promised having magic that could take us from this place in an emergency, and now we've lost that. So Vethadur's starting to panic a little bit for the very first time, because he always thought that Benazar could whisk them out.
I thought your god would save you.
Well,
Wow.
Perfect.
oh, jeez.
So I'm looking to the south, behind the chair and the dais. Is there anything on the wall to the south, like any type of possible niches or tapestries or anything hanging on that wall down there? Because it's kind of obscured in our map.
No, you don't notice anything. The only things of note at all is what I've
Does
already
anything
given to
happen
you.
when you teabag the mummy?
All right, as one last ditch effort, with this dais has just been sitting here and nothing's going on there, so it's kind of been weird. I'm gonna try to move the chair.
Okay,
See
you
if there's
push
some
and
kind of
push,
lever.
and the chair doesn't move at all.
It's like bolted down. Okay. And then I did search this before we leave the room. I figure let's look again at this dustbin over here, because it's been tweaking my mind.
Does
Yep,
the
you
pile
don't-
of stuff in the corner resemble the same type of dust that the mummy and the Benazark turned into, or does it look different?
No, I mean the difference. It looks to Jocko as he gets closer. It looks more like debris and dust from a blast of some kind, whereas Benazar was just literally just down to just powder. Same with the mummy. Literally just like there was barely anything there. Like you'd think of a cremation and what would be left. That's what you'd
Okay.
think of.
The original puzzle said the throne that's key and keyed. So the throne is a key and it's keyed. And I
So-
ask,
Let's
Have we
put the
touched
key
the
on it.
crown to the replica? And let's try the replica.
Who's got the golden key? Let's put it on the crown, on the throne. I mean,
I have the key, but did you see a keyhole?
no, but key.
Set
keyed
it on
could
top
mean,
of the chair, yeah.
Yeah, it could be mean given the key. It could be keyed like a car. You key somebody's car. I wouldn't know. I just have heard about that. So.
All right,
maybe-
I
yeah,
take
just-
this suggestion.
So what you're taking the key from the room that you found, the vat, and
The
you're
VAT
touching it.
key, and I'm placing it on the seat of the throne.
Then we're gonna
Okay.
touch the crown that Benazar lost to the replica and see if anything triggers.
Okay, so Vethadur touches the key to that to the chair, and nothing happens. Jocko, you touch the crown to the crown inlay, and nothing happens.
I'll try the key to the crown inlay.
Nothing happens.
And I'll try the orange gem that I've got in my pack. I'll pull that out and say, maybe if this thing had a gem on it, touch it to the replica crown.
So you do that, and Vethadur, give me a perception check.
Copy. It is done.
Okay, and so as Jocko brings out that orange gem and touches it, nothing happens. But you get, this is kind of the first time you've got a chance to look at that, and that it kind of gives off a strong necromantic magic to you, and it radiates kind of a bit of evil to you. You actually kind of get a glimpse that that it can be activated with a wish, but not necessarily a good kind. So you get the sense that it's very evil.
So very evil could be activated with a wish, but I don't know what it would do to activate it.
Yeah.
This is the gem we're talking about?
Yes, the gem.
Bards are not immortal.
Oh, that's right.
I live on as memories now.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Vethador. Say his name. No, Benazar. I'm saying the guy that's alive.
All right. What else?
And there are no keyholes all around this whole place that we looked, correct?
No. Nope. There aren't.
All right. I'm
right,
going to try
hold on,
something.
hold on.
I tell
I
the
think the
group-
scepter we need to touch to the replica too, just because it did something really fierce to both Benazar
Oh,
and
that's
that,
true.
mummy. We haven't
Um,
touched this.
That's one permutation we haven't
replica.
tried.
Okay.
Can you guys keep that thought in your heads? What you just said?
Sure.
Yeah.
I tell the group. After looking at that gem, I realized something, and I've never done this before, and I'll ask Jocko for the pile of ashes of Benazar.
I will give him. And you want the gem too?
No, negative on the gem. I take the pile of ashes and I will move away from the throne. It's like the middle of the room, and I will attempt to divine intervention
Oh, snap.
and ask Helm for a wish.
Now, are you doing that through the gem or just through a spell
No.
you have?
Through the cleric feature.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Here, I'll link the feature.
No, I think I know what it is. You've got like a 10% chance for it to answer or something.
At my level is 15%.
15? Okay.
Any cleric spell or cleric domain spell would be appropriate. But it can kind of be DM's discretion. So I roll a number equal. Wait, I have to roll a number equal to or lower than my cleric level on a D100.
Okay. So I will let you roll a percentile dice. If you'd like, you can use an inspiration. So I will take the lower of two rolls, just one inspiration, but you're welcome to if you want.
All right. So I place these ashes down and I start to pray, and as I pray,
Jocko and Clark are chanting "Helm be praised, Helm
Yes.
Helm
be
be
praised."
praised, Helm be praised, Helm be praised, just over
Using
and over.
our
Helm be praised.
And as I
Throw a little extra.
start to speak the words of power, like small fires start to like light around me in
Shiva.
a figure 8 pattern, basically,
Shiva. Shiva.
and they all kind of like flare up to like 10 feet, and I say the final word of the chant and pray for Helm's assistance in returning my friend.
Shiva. Shiva. Shiva.
Jocko,
Kalima!
righteous fire, righteous fire.
The stones, Dr. Jones.
No, what's that? No, it doesn't work.
All right, wait. I have a question. Can I then donate my inspiration for yet again another roll?
I think 2 is generous as F.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to bring him back, but
Okay.
it's going to get a little cheesy if we keep rolling. So I'm going to
right.
say that the 2 rolls.
So
I accept this. Just as a player, I accept this,
What-
guys.
what do I feel anything, or is it silence?
It is silence. As of this time, your god does not answer you.
You receive a scroll of excommunication.
So I turn to Jocko and Clark and say, "It is not for us to know the will of the gods. It was his time." And I'll collect his ashes. And then I You'll hear me be silent for a few minutes as you guys hopefully remember what you were talking about before
We
I
were gonna
interject.
touch the scepter to the crown replica on the panel, and then
So Jocko, what's
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
just the same way that Benazar did to his crown when it was on his head. I'm gonna take the scepter and do the same end that he touched the crown with.
Okay, you do that, and as soon as you do that,
Boffrin, you have to spell commands right.
the entire back end of the dais and the chair throne slide down, revealing a passageway behind the throne.
Holy fucking shit!
Wait, what did you touch the scepter to the fake crown?
Yeah,
Correct. The replica. Yeah.
it's the only thing we hadn't done out of
Oh
all the
my
different possibilities. Yeah.
I look at Jocko with amazement and say, "You are wiser than you
I-
claim to be, my friend."
Teabag.
I twirl the scepter like a drill team sergeant.
Don't touch it to anything. Holy shit! Put that thing away. All right, let's
I
go.
agree.
Oh. Well, I guess we're going.
I'm putting you on another map, so just give me a sec.
Okay. Holy shit.
As we transpose to another map, I'm shedding a tear for Benazar.
As we enter another map, I will pray for guidance. You see me a little bit more animated now, but I still look pretty somber. Oh shit! I have so few higher level spells.
So Jocko, you see a narrow passage behind the throne that leads to a kind of a 10-foot wide landing and kind of a series of steps. I'll open this a little bit more.
All right.
As we start to descend, I recite the last two lines, and I'll say, "The Iron Men of Visage Grim do more than meets the viewer's eye. You've left and found my tomb, and now your souls will die."
Yeah. Well,
You'll
we're
hear
gonna
me
change
repeat that.
We'll see about that. We'll be missing our bard, but as I step down, I'm going to be looking closely at the walls and the floor and for traps and using my full danger sense to.
Okay. And the walls of this area are untarnished and gleaming copper panels set between rare woods inlaid with ivory. The ceiling is silver, formed so as to reflect and amplify light brought into the place. The chambers widens to the south, where a set of gently sloping steps leads upward. The 6 steps from nearest to farthest are made of onyx, pink marble, lapis, black marble, yellow serpentine, and malachite.
Basically a rainbow stair.
You know what? I might have a hold on with an illustration.
I pause before we touch the steps,
Okay.
and I'll say to the group, "Remember the colors. These colors might be significant. We were instructed to avoid green."
All right. And
Shun green.
upon the black marble step is a large cylindrical key of bronze. I'm going to show you what this looks like.
Oh wait, it doesn't say green.
And again, this is kind of old school. So think about this door. This is a pair of enormous doors.
Oh, I see.
They go floor to ceiling. They're 28 feet tall,
Okay.
14 feet wide. But you do see
Waldo
a
key.
key, and I need everyone, or at least Jocko and Clark, give me, what is it? Where is it? I think Constitution. No, give me wisdom saving throws, please.
Come on.
Okay,
good
so
luck.
you both feel kind of a shudder and like this grip, and Jocko, you may not be able to be frightened, but Clark, you definitely feel for a second just this repulsion from this key, and but then that passes and you do not have any ill effects.
Oh, there is a key. Oh, I was thinking. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Like
so
a
there's a
Waldo
large
picture.
bronze key that's kind of.
Yeah, now there's a key, and then now what is it? Key, the key to key, or key it, or touch it with a key, or something. Fucking what those poems are.
So now that we're over our fear of the key, I'm gonna step up and pick up the key and look at it. It said brass key, right? We have a gold key and a brass key now.
It's kind of it's bronze, but
Oh,
I will
bronze,
put
okay.
that in the party sheet.
And this is super big. And did anything happen when he stepped on the steps?
No,
Oh, jeez. Okay.
but Vetheder, as you get there, I also need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Super dope with wisdom.
Okay,
See
and
if it
as you
helps.
get close to as Clark or Jocko picks that key up and you get there, you are all of a sudden overcome with fright,
Oh.
and feel like you have to do everything you can to get away from that key.
Say, Jocko, you fool! That key is evil. We have to get out of here.
No. I go, hey, calm down. I lick the key and say, it's no big deal.
I
Lick
step
the
5
key.
feet back. I
It's
step
no
5
big
feet
deal.
back.
deal.
I don't think Gary Gygax was thinking anyone would lick the key.
No,
Well,
I don't
yeah,
think so.
yeah. Caddyshack came out after this was
I
created.
say, you've been deceived.
All right, and Jocko, while Vetheder is kind of shaking back there, as you get closer to these doors, at about waist height, there's kind of a cup-like depression, like a kind of a hemispherical concavity with a central hole.
Does it look like a keyhole that this brass key might go in, or
I mean, it looks like it's possible that it could fit something like a key, like that key you picked up, or
a
it's
gem,
just
maybe?
like this.
Like an orange gem?
No, 2 keys together. Put the keys together and put them in there.
Oh, okay. We got the
Because
gold
didn't
key.
it say
so-
the
I
10
have the other key. You're not getting anywhere
I'll-
near me.
I'll come over there to get your key.
I'll say, Clark, you must stop him. That key is evil. Cannot use it.
No,
And
it's
I'll
all right.
hand you
It's
the
fine.
key.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. Just stay right there. Stay right there. And I'll come up here, and then I'll say, now
No,
put these two.
I'll hand you the brass key and then
Oh, okay.
step back.
I'll
Try
put
to
the keys
comfort
together.
Vetheder.
I'll put the keys. Send Clark to his death. I will put the keys together. Jim will stay in the safety of the alligator while Marlin rests. Fuck whatever.
Yeah,
Fuck.
secretly,
Okay,
I'm
so-
happy that I'm scared, so I don't have to go up there.
So you're putting kind of both the keys
I'm gonna
together
put the keys
and
together
putting them
make,
in the.
like side by side to make like one bigger key, and then I'm gonna see if that goes in there.
You do that, and as you do that, this bolt of electricity just slams through your body,
Awesome.
and you take. So it looks like you did you absorb all of that? You
Yeah,
must have had
same
10 hit points, but
I did, yeah.
But you essentially took 3d10 of lightning damage as soon as you touch those keys to that depression, this lightning just slammed into you.
And then the door opens.
No.
Okay. I will take those back out, and I will use just the gold key, or the one that was not on the steps.
Okay. So kind of the first
Yeah.
key. Yep. Okay.
I can
So
take a lot
as
of
soon as
lightning.
you do that, you
I can
take another
God damn.
you take another 2d10 worth of lightning as this
All right.
electricity just slams through your
Told you
body.
it was evil.
I'm undaunted. I will then just try the brass key.
Bronze key, you do that, and you take more lightning damage.
All right. I'm gonna turn around, facing Jocko, and holding both keys in one hand, and then I'm just gonna drop both keys on the stairs.
Okay.
Walk off the stage.
Yeah,
Mic drop, key drop.
Mic drop. And I'll be like, you know what? These keys don't work on these fucking doors. What the fuck? See what
All
they
right,
say.
I'm gonna come up and put the orange gem in the little cup holder, whatever thing on the door.
Okay, kind of put it there. You're trying to like move it around and shove it in there, and it just doesn't seem to do anything. It just slides around. But it does seem like,
So
you're looking at it, and it's, although the keys kind of made sense because they were cylindrical. I mean, it looks like it's more of a concave, kind of
Right.
think about a sunken in depression.
All right,
the
we
wall.
got the scepter. We got to try the scepter, guys.
Yeah.
The bulbous end of the scepter will go in the
All right.
slot.
While he's doing that, I'll pick these keys up and put them in my pocket. Probably for something later.
Maybe need them later, yeah.
So, Jocko, you're using you said the bulbous end, like the gold knob, the gold end of the scepter?
Yeah, you said it was kind of a cylindrical hole or something that
Right.
whatever end would look like it would fit better, I guess.
All right. Well, given you said the bulbous end, you do touch the gold end, which is the bulbous end. And as soon as you touch that, these huge doors just silently swing open.
Oh
Hey
no!
guys, Indiana Jones.
And we're leaving both keys behind, right?
No, I picked them up. Stupid.
All right. And as you open the door, Jocko, you see.
I'm still afraid.
Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry,
You know
I-
what? Yeah, that's a good point. You are still afraid. Yeah, let me look at something real quick.
1 sec. Let me
What are
think.
you afraid of?
He was
Brass
afraid
key,
of
bronze
getting
key.
close to that key. Right. Sorry. Yep.
Let me
So
think real quick.
I've put in the keys in my pocket and they're hidden. So
Okay, I'm going to say that as long as he doesn't see the key, or he doesn't, he doesn't, have any visibility to it, that he is not affected.
okay.
All right. Copy. Didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. All right. Okay, so as you look in the room, you see an imposing chamber has a silvered ceiling, just as the foyer has. So it is brightly illuminated by reflected light. The walls are of ivory with gold inlaid. The floor is polished agate. In each corner stands a statue of black iron, easily 9 feet tall. That to the northeast stand a sawtooth two-handed sword raised to strike. That to the northwest, a huge spike-ended mace. To the southeast, the sculpture holds a wickedly spiked morning star, and the one in the southwest has a volge. Near the center of the room is a large bronze urn filigreed in gold. A thin stream of smoke issues from a tiny vent in a brass stopper. On the southern wall stands a granite sarcophagus that appears to be damaged. Flanking the sarcophagus are 2 large iron chests.
Oh, fuck.
And as I walked up to the stairs, I touched each of them and said, "Helm will stop you from being restrained for 1 hour."
Awesome.
Okay.
Might need it.
Beautiful thing.
All right.
So Jocko's tentatively gonna step into the room like with 1 foot and touch the floor and see if any wackiness is going on.
The music gets a little bit louder as you do that, but nothing happens.
I'm gonna start drinking all kinds of fucking potions here.
I love it.
You want to take the effect of frightened off me just in case it modifies until I see the thing.
Good call.
All right. I'm gonna just. I think this is it. I think this is the whole fucking thing. So I'm just gonna drink all my potions. Let's see. What do I have?
Just
All right.
combine them all. Drink
I
them
am
all.
gonna combine them all. I'm gonna drink my potion of fire breath. My potion of fire resistance. I'm gonna drink my potion of flying.
Getting
Okay.
drunk up in here.
My potion of hill giant strength.
I'm gonna drink my potion of invisibility just to
My
follow
potion
suit
of
with my buddy.
invulnerability. And my potion of mind reading and speed. So I'm drinking
Okay.
them all.
Jocko,
Chuck-
Jocko, what are you drinking, Jocko?
Fucking start down the potions.
Potion of invisibility.
Okay, everybody just hold on
Everybody
for a second.
just calm the
give
fuck
me,
down.
Yeah, just give me a second for something. Sorry, I need to make sure I'm clear on something. Okay. All right.
I just drank like 6 potions that I've been collecting the entire fucking adventure, like since last year. I would drink water breathing, but I don't think I need it. Okay, so my strength is.
Yeah, and Jacko will drink his strength or his potion of climbing just for kicks.
Ooh, I've got one of those too.
Okay, Jocko. When you, as Clark is downing his potions, and as you down your potion, Clark, you kind of hear what he's doing, and you're looking at Jocko, and you see him plain as day.
Okay. And I'm gonna say you are not invisible, sir.
This frickin' floor, it's like reflective marble. It's showing me.
Well, or it's a magic field when I walk in there and all these fucking potions don't work. So I'm going to fly 2 feet off the ground into the room.
You say 20 feet? I'm just kidding.
Two.
No,
Two.
so as soon as you cross the flesh threshold, you kind of gently fall, not fall, but you land your feet on the floor, and all of the effects of the potions, they don't feel like they're gone. It strangely feels like they're somehow suppressed.
Okay, so should I then now remove all of those off of my character? Well, if we get into combat, we'll worry about it.
Let's see.
You can click the suspend button or whatever it is. And you hear me mouth out loud. The Iron Men of Visage Grim do more than meets the viewer's eye as we start to move in.
Hold on before you come in. Jocko looks back at Bethadur and tosses him the whole horn of Valhalla and say, "Blow this before you come in. Bring our friends."
Oh.
We got to use this before we get our asses handed to us.
And how do you what was the
So
poem
Clark,
again? Okay.
Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I see what I actually have an anti-magic thing.
I was just going to do it in there. Okay, if you do, I can turn these back on if it's easier.
I didn't
know if you had all of these.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't do what we need it to do. So yeah, you can turn whatever off that needs to be off.
Do I need?
Yeah,
to
I
turn
think
off
I got
invisible?
it.
So I need to put
You
my
do,
strength back to
can you do it?
then.
Jocko, can you do it, or do I need to do it?
I just did it.
Well, I mean, I still see them all. What did you do? Because I can turn them on and off on your character sheet, or in the combat tracker. I mean.
So I guess it's the last 5 you need to turn off as well, on me. Fire breath, fire resistance, flying.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Because Jocko, I don't want you to lose them all together because you might keep them depending on how long this, So I don't. So we'll try to track it. But all right.
All right. So Vethator, could you repeat your? What's up, CJ? Could you repeat your thing that you said again? The that you said out loud. The poem.
I recite the poem. The Iron Men of Visage Grim do more than meets the viewer's eye, and there's 4 of these black iron fuckers.
Right, we gotta kill them right away.
And as you, okay, go ahead.
I was gonna start beating on this iron guy right away.
I did toss the horn of
Valhalla. Blew me the horn. Okay.
Since it won't work in here, I see that I'm not invisible, and Clark told me I can see you. So I'm gonna toss it so you can blow it while you're outside the room.
What do I roll? Don't I have to roll for that? 2d4.
What is it? It's the Horn of Valhalla. I can look it up. There it is. Okay, so it conjures some spirits. Is that right?
Berserkers. I think they're CR 2. And I have to roll to see how many come.
Okay.
I'll
So,
toss an inventory for you.
oh,
So Jocko's cloak and ring and everything should be off as well, or no?
I'll put the key from the vat room back in the inventory.
Okay, I'll let you roll what you need to, and then I can help you get the berserkers wherever you want to put them.
Copy. I'm checking the table now.
And so Jocko or Clark, you guys are beating it. What are you doing, Clark? You're beating on
So
the statue?
Is Jocko's cloak of protection and ring of protection, are they off as well?
Yeah, I must not have gotten to him. Hold on. Oh, yep, here we go. Let me get to him.
Oh,
And I'm gonna ready an action as he
I think
blows
you're
the
deleting
horn.
them.
No, I'm just turning them off. I just have a
So
button
when you
in
turn
the
them
combat
off,
tracker.
Yeah, so when you turn them off, so like mine just say off, but when you turn other players off, they disappear from my view. That's kind of cool.
Okay, cool. So I think I
I
got
didn't
it.
know that. That's
So-
a new Fantasy Grounds thing.
We
Yeah, I've
have
never done that.
we have a bronze horn, which is the second to best one. It's 44 plus 4, so that's 11 berserkers.
Bring them.
So you hear me pray to Helm and say, Helm, we summon your warriors from your divine halls to help us survive and end the evil of Serac and avenge our brother, sister in arms, Benazar.
And then you hear Clark yell out, "Yeah, that."
So you literally get 7 of these berserkers? Is that what it is?
11. It's 44 plus 4. It's the second to best one. Where did we get this?
Well, I was gonna
Did
say,
I
where the hell did you guys get that? What the?
The
What?
Acerak killer.
That's not
Last
cool.
module.
That's not cool.
11? I mean, holy shit!
It's bronze, right? Yeah, bronze is 44 plus 4. I rolled a 7. I rolled like shit. I mean, I'm assuming that they're going to turn to vapor when they walk in the room, though.
Don't assume that.
And okay, I'm putting them all. I got to turn them all green, and then I will.
Oh, they're fleshed
guess-
out.
Yeah, they're not.
Then they have 1 hour.
They're created by magic, but they're not magic, right? So they're.
Yeah.
Warrior spirits from the plane of Eastgard appear within 60 feet. Spirits use a berserker stacks. They return to Eastgard in 1 hour, or when they drop to 0 hit points. Can't use it again for 7 days. And the requirement for this is proficiency with medium armor, which I meet.
Right.
It's non-attunement.
Berserkers unite. That's right. How many of them?
I know. I think I'm missing. Which one am I missing? Holy crap!
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think you're missing 2.
9, 14, 7.
And the other thing I'm heavily thinking of doing is burning a 7th level spot to cast True Seeing. I haven't
Oh, it's
decided.
only 7. I'm sorry. I thought it was 11. He only rolled
No,
7.
it's
Well, he
7.
said 11.
Oh, plus
It's-
4, yeah.
It's 44 plus 4, yeah.
Oh, wow. What did you say the other thing was you were going to do?
I was contemplating casting True Seeing just because,
Okay. Whew,
you know, #wizards.
Right. Okay, so yes, the answer is I am beating on this metal. I want to destroy these 4 statues because they're unseeing the scene of the scene, what they don't see and what they do, right? So I'm going to kill them. Destroy them.
Okay, so these things are enormous, and they don't seem to don't seem to take much damage of anything
Like
as you're
clang,
beating on
clang,
them.
and nothing's happened.
Yep.
Okay, how about if
Yep.
I use my strength to push it on the floor and crack it or break it?
So you start to try to push it, and as strong as you are, you actually think that it maybe it's possible that it's going to move, but you know you're certainly not moving it by yourself.
All right, I'm like, Jocko, let's knock these over. Get the berserkers.
I'll come and help. I got a 20.
Do the berserkers follow our commands? What do they do?
Spirits use bursts. They return to. You can use an action to blow this horn in response. Warrior spirits appear within 60 feet. If you meet the requirements, they are friendly to you and your companions and follow your commands.
Oh, nice. All right, let's try to push this thing over, and if we can't, we get a couple berserkers in here.
And I ask them. I say that thin stream of smoke issuing from a vent in the on the large bronze urn. Do you feel any effects from it? Be careful.
Yeah, we should send one in to see if anything funky happens.
Funky, funky, doo-doo.
I say maybe we can stop her that end of the urn to prevent that smoke from coming out.
All right.
Okay. And there does somebody going over the urn is obviously right here. So tell me what you guys are doing.
Yeah, I don't. I tell them I don't like the urn.
I want the statue knocked over pronto. So I asked Jocko to help me do it right now.
That's right.
Okay. So stand by.
I'm using my feet against the wall to help push.
Look at the picture of the fanged creature behind the sarcophagus. He's got like a frown. He's got like this big old frown. He's just like, oh, I'm so sad.
So Jocko, Clark, I mean, you're getting it to budge a bit, but you think you're going to need at least one more person to get it to move at all.
Okay, so I'm gonna back up and say, Jocko, back up and send in 4 berserkers to knock that thing over.
As soon as the first one comes in, it disappears.
Fucking A.
And the reason I say that, I just want you guys to know, I've been reading this to make sure I understood, but anti-magic fields, you guys know that's what this is, and it does say that summoned creatures disappear.
Okay, so let's go knock these things over. Vethadur, come and help us, please.
I am trying to think, and you guys described to me that you don't feel your magic stuff working, and I just saw the berserker. Okay, so
Right.
I will walk in and help.
Okay.
We would obviously stand in such a manner that when we knock it over, it's not going to fall on one of us.
Well, you guys are, I mean, you're pushing, pulling, and prying, and you can get it to move. And I mean, this thing is, it's so heavy, but you move it a little bit away from the wall. And when you do, you see a small ring pull in the wall.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll pull it.
Okay. And as you do that, it kind of raises a small plug of stone that looks like there's a kind of a small chute that goes down maybe about 10 feet into kind of through the west wall onto the other side.
So
I
the
I'll
stone pulled
open
back, and then there's something that you could drop something in, almost like a package chute, and it would slide
Well, it kind
down.
of looks like, I mean, you can kind of see, but it looks like, yeah, you could almost kind of slide down there.
Oh,
and get
it's
into
big
the other
enough for
side
a
of the wall.
person.
It is, yes.
Is it big
Oh,
enough
I
for the
was
statue?
picturing.
No. Statue's enormous. It's like 9 feet and huge.
Jocko will enter the chute and say, "Wee."
You seriously?
Okay, so you go and you land into a hallway that looks like, it's about, as you look into it.
And can they see
Just
me?
have
Did I
one
turn
second.
invisible again once I left the room?
You actually turn invisible as soon as you get
And I go,
through
"Hey
the
guys,
chute and on the other side
I know
here.
you probably can't see me, but guess what? My magic's back on."
Oh, whoa, he turned invisible. So that must mean magic works outside this room. Well,
So, Jocko, roll me a perception check as I'm unshading a
Alright.
little bit more. Okay, Jocko, you notice in the wall below you, so kind of to the south a bit, there is kind of a stone sheath adamantine slab, and it looks incredibly thick, but it also looks like there is an obvious metal lined keyhole.
Ah, and just so happens. So I'm gonna call back and go, "Hey Clark, we got a door with a keyhole in here. You got those 2 keys?"
I do. I will take the slide. And secretly in my head, I'm like, thank you, Helm, that they didn't go for the chests immediately. Because there
I
were
know.
2 chests by the coffin.
All right.
Or
I'm
the
gonna.
sarcophagus.
What is the? Is there any indication which key would go in here?
There's not. No, I mean the
All
keys
right, I'm gonna
look
put the gold
reasonably
key in. Just give me
okay.
lightning damage. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so that's the first key. So you put the gold key in. It seems to fit pretty well.
All right, turn it.
Doesn't really seem to turn.
All right, try the bronze key then.
Soon as you pull the key out, the entire adamantine wall slides down.
Nice.
Right before we go in, can we take a break?
We can actually. This is a good time. I was just about to get there, so yeah, we can take 10-minute break.
All right.
All right, guys. So let's be back here at about from my so about 7:36.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. So we're gonna turn up. We're gonna turn up the slides. We're gonna put on the clock, 10-minute countdown, and I'm actually gonna delete the Wednesday slide. And why am I doing that? Because this is the last episode of the Wednesday game, but we're going to replace the Wednesday game. So stay tuned for the end of the show. I will announce at the very end of today's show what that replacement will be. Now, it is not going to be 5e pickup games, although that is coming back. 5e pickup games are coming back, but we're going to do a little maybe 2 or 3 week thing in the interim. So stand by to listen for what that might be. Isn't it all very exciting? All right, let me get rid of this Wednesday slide. All right, the Wednesday slide is the Tales from Yawning portal, delete, and now we're back to this. So good. I have enough Diet Coke to last me another 90 minutes. It's a close call. I've been eating these salty chips. Titan attack Rob Tui. What happened? I'm getting attacked. Oh, snap. There's the Bit Boss getting eaten and done something other. Fucking what the fuck? Murphy is the Bit Boss with armor now. Very nice. Rob Tui has been eaten by Jay Murphy. Oh, nom nom. It's all very upsetting. Yeah, so people were asking me earlier why Apple sucks. I'll tell you why Apple sucks. I will tell you. So Friday I got the Apple XS iPhone XS. And it's got overmodulation on the speaker. Speaker will not work sometimes. when the alarm goes off, it rings for a few seconds and then it mutes itself. And it doesn't mute as in silent. It just makes the sound garbled and lower because there's something wrong with the speaker. The Wi-Fi speeds are slow. The cell connection, when I had an iPhone 8, I got 4 bars in my house. With the 10s, I only get 2. What else? There was another problem with it. Oh, bad call connection and bad call quality. So I think I might have just gotten a lemon phone. So I go on the Apple Care and I call them up and I say, hey, I need to go in and have it looked at. They do diagnostics with me over the phone and they say, all looks good here. So you need to go into the store so they can do further tests. So I make an appointment for Thursday, tomorrow at 12:45. Now in the meantime, I'm trying to get an Apple Watch Series 4 because I'm stupid and I fucking hate Apple and I want all their latest devices because I'm nuts. So I go online to order the Apple Watch 4. I have a 2, and they do a trade-in program, so they're going to give me $115 for my 2, which is okay. And it's available to be ordered and delivered to my house October 30th or some fucking nonsense. And I'm like, no, I'm going to wait 5 weeks. But store pickup isn't available. So I go online and I get Apple Care on the phone and I say, I want to try to get a watch in my store. Can I order it and have it sent there and I pick it up earlier, or how does this all work? And she explains the whole process to me. And she says, but here's what I'll do for you. I will monitor your store's inventory live throughout the day. I'll just check it every couple hours. And if I see that they get a shipment in, because they come in every day, multiple times a day, they just keep getting shipments, but they never know in advance what it's going to be. And I said, oh, that's very nice of you. That's a good customer service. Unlike some other companies that don't really have good customer service. I'm not going to mention any names. So she sends me an email at 9:30 this morning and says, hey, your store has the Apple Watch you're looking for. And so I go down there, and then this is what they do. When you walk in the store, they make you go to the computer and get online and order the watch online and then just click in-store pickup. So I go through this fucking 15-minute process, and then it says no inventory available. And the guy goes, oh, we don't have those. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, Apple, you suck. And I kind of just started yelling at the guy. I was so mad. And then I said, you know what? Okay, fine. I'm not going to get the watch today. I said, but I have an appointment tomorrow to have my phone looked at. And he goes, oh, what's wrong with your phone? I'm quite positive I have a lemon phone. I just think it's a bad phone. And after you guys check it, you're probably going to replace it. And he goes, oh, okay, that's a different guy. So come over here and we'll talk to him. So I wait in line to talk to this guy. And this is at the Apple store. And there's fucking 50,000 people in there. And this is in Spokane, Washington. It's not like I live in New York or LA. So I'm waiting in line behind like 3 people. Finally, we get to the guy who can help me. And he goes, oh, okay. And I explained to him, I have an appointment tomorrow, but since I'm standing here, do you guys squeeze me in today? And he goes, oh, yeah, that should be no problem. And so he goes on his little device there, and he says, now, what's the problem? And let me punch this in here. And he goes, I'm going to put down software problem. Even though it's probably a hardware problem, I'm going to put software because that'll get you in faster. And he goes, okay, I got you on the list. Shouldn't be about a 2.5 to 3 hour late. 2.5 to 3 hour wait. I just looked at the guy and I fucking turned around and walked out. I didn't even say anything. I was like, fuck these people. I went and got a slice of pizza. It made me feel better. So that's why Apple sucks, everybody. And am I still going to go to my appointment tomorrow? Yes. And am I still going to ask them if they have a watch? Yes. But they fucking suck. And even though they suck, I'm going to still eat this Pringle right here. Yeah, pizza was good. Pizza was expensive. I went to, I was in it's called River Park Square where I live, but it's basically kind of like a mall, only instead of spread out, it's like 4 stories tall. But it's got a movie theater and a food court and everything. So I go and I think I'll get a slice of pizza. And I go walk up these, go to the Apple stores out front. And then I go in and I go up the escalator 2 floors or whatever the hell. And I get there and it's this Venezuelan food place, but they have pizza. And I go up there and I look at the sign, and it says 2 slices of pizza and a soda, $7.99. What in the hell? That can't be right. And it says 1 slice of pizza, and that's all I wanted was 1 slice. It says 1 slice of pizza and they got a picture of a can of Coke, and it says $4.99. And I said to the girl, I said, so a slice of pizza and a soda is $5? And with the most enthusiastic, as if I just asked her, was the sky made out of rainbows and clouds, she just went, yes. And I was like, oh my God. So I give her the $5 plus tax or whatever, and then she goes, what would you like, cheese or pepperoni? And I was going to get pepperoni anyway, but I was a little disappointed that she only got
Jock,
2
are you
choices.
drinking more potions or something?
I drank one.
So
I drank
then-
the potion of
let
climbing
me-
and the potion of invisibility.
These guys are talking
back
now.
in. I forgot. Just had to open Rob's.
Okay.
So
book
then,
to-
I'm
no
not going
problem.
to mute him.
For
But
that.
anyway, so then...
Got it. I was like, wait, what's he doing?
Yeah, I zeroed
Christ, I
the
can't.
potion
I
of
gotta-
climbing. Story,
I know,
so.
yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. All right, let me just tell my story here real quick. I'm going to block those guys out for a second. Okay, so I go in, get this pizza, and it's $5, and then I eat it. Now I don't remember why I was telling you that story. Oh, I don't know. I guess it was just a pizza and... no, the big part of the story is that I order the soda, and she goes, what kind of soda do you want? And then she gestures to this glass cabinet, and it's just 12-ounce cans. There's no fountain drink or nothing. So a piece of pizza and a 12-ounce can of soda was $5 plus tax. I was like fucking pissed off. Wasn't a good day down there. Yeah, that's expensive pizza. You're damn right. Okay, here we go.
You could probably lead them back through the column room and then back up the trap door. There might be a way through that wall there to get to where you're going. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'll call to him and say, "Hey, don't come through the room we went through. See if you can find us." I don't know if they have a homing mechanism of some kind.
Oh, the berserkers.
Oh, there we go. We're all back. I didn't
checked
see
You know what I
you
was,
guys come back.
You know what
You
I was
did?
thinking? I was thinking if I would have specified that the 15 I needed was from the top of the D100, like 86 literally to 100 would have
Ah,
been the
crap.
I
Yeah,
rolled 80.
I
I was like,
know.
wow, that's awesome.
All right. So we are all back. And so as you open this door and it the adamantine wall slides down, you see beyond the door a smallish rectangular chamber with a ceiling that extends 25 feet overhead. There's a small depression a few inches deep and about 2 feet square in the center of the floor. It's kind of awkwardly depicted, but obviously this here is it's a depression that's kind of in the floor.
Does it look like a lever could be underneath there, and you could push and pull a lever in it? It's broken up.
You can't really tell from where you are.
Yeah.
All
right. Go ahead.
I'm invisible, so I'll go in.
All my shit's
Silently.
working. You know what I'm gonna do? Hold on a second. Oh well, you already went in.
Sorry.
I was
So
gonna
Jocko-
fly in there.
Jocko, as you get there, you notice in the center of that depression a small hole. It looks like another keyhole.
So I'll step back and whisper to Clark and go, "Hey, man, there's some lightning power in there. Want to try that
All right,
other
this is what I'm gonna do.
bronze key?"
I'm gonna turn into Superman, and I'm gonna go horizontal, and then just above the ground. And as I go in there, I'm gonna put the bronze key in the keyhole. But I'll be
And
like,
before you do that, I'm going to comfort Bethadur.
that's code for get the hell out of this room. I know what you're doing.
Okay, so the key slides in just fine.
Speak slower, please.
And it kind of feels like it, as you're kind of juggling around, it feels like it might turn.
Yeah, well, I'd like to turn it.
Okay, so you turn it and you keep turning it. And as you turn it a third time, you actually start to feel and see the floor begin to rumble. And I need you to roll initiative, Clark. Roll it. Yeah. Okay. So as you're doing this, the entire floor starts to rise incredibly quickly toward the ceiling. And let me show you in what area.
What kind of
Uh-oh.
bull?
Benazar's ghost.
I didn't draw it very well, but it's this entire, except for this 5-foot section here, the entire rest of the room is rising. The entire floor is rising up to the ceiling, like to pin anything that's in its way. But you have initiative first. So what
Okay, I'll
do you
fly out of the way of this exposing elevator or whatever the hell this thing is.
Using his remarkable athletics.
do? Okay, and a couple of kind of a couple of seconds after you do that, the entire floor crashes up on the top of the ceiling, and it reveals what looks like this. So the rising of the floor in the southern part reveals a mithril vault.
Oh.
And back in the back of the vault, you see an abundance of items. You see all kinds of swords and bottles of potions and scrolls. And you also see on one end of it a human skull with some glowing, or not really glowing, but very colorful red gems.
Okay.
Let me give you an old school one picture too.
I'm about to drink a fuck ton more potions, everybody.
I like this is one where I like the new one better.
I've never seen this in D&D before. The Potion Man.
That's gotta be some kind of record, drinking 6 potions.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I was wondering that for my own campaign. Does the DMG limit potions? I don't think it does.
No, As long
just
as the
can't
potions,
stack 'em.
you can't stack them, but you
Yep.
can drink any
Right.
manner of different, like you can have 16 spells cast on you at once by different people, as long as nobody's casting
Follows
2
the rules.
concentrations or whatever. Yeah.
All
Be
right.
invisible and flying and fire resistant and whatever the hell. I don't see the old picture. Did you share it?
I did. I thought I did. Hold
I
on.
didn't see it either.
Shit. Maybe I didn't share it. Here we go. Getting back up to it.
There we go. Oh, and that's all on the fucking wall? Holy shit.
Yep.
They don't depict that very well in the new picture.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. You're right. I mean, that one at least shows the vault kind of. Yep.
Yeah. Cool. I
All
like
right.
this new and old.
I'm gonna say, do we gonna dare get this shit? I would think that we kind of have to.
Do it for Benazar.
Take it all.
Hey, did you guys hear that? I heard Benazar's voice.
Take their shit.
Is there, in fact, a note stuck with a dagger in there like that, or is that just some artwork that we don't need to pay attention to?
It's just artwork.
Okay.
Yeah. There's
So
nothing
I'm
that.
gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna collect all these things. Let's do it. Let's collect
Okay,
all this stuff.
What do you? So you're like just kind of grabbing treasure and stuff, or what do you?
I'm just gonna
you're
open the bag and just start jamming crap in there.
Bag of holding.
Okay. So you're as soon as you touch one of the pieces of treasure, you see a ghostly shape rise from kind of the mist,
You don't say.
and everyone can roll initiative.
I heard him, so he did say.
Do you want me to? Yeah, that's right. Do you want me to re-roll initiative?
No, you can keep it. I guess I don't know what you have, but yeah, you can.
Well, I mean, is it a different? I mean, I'll re-roll it if it's a different thing.
It's yeah. Go ahead and
Okay.
re-roll it.
All right. Yeah, that's
Ah.
worse. Fuck.
Send in the berserkers.
Yeah, we
All right.
we didn't order them to come through the anti-magic field, right?
No,
Right.
we told them to hold.
No, we told him to hold up for a sec.
All right. So
We gotta
this
figure out how to
ghostly,
get rid of that magic field.
yeah, this ghostly, dusty figure that just seems to have kind of come out of literally the dirt and dust in this crypt, just kind of forms and looks at you and swirls around in the air.
Jocko
And
yells, "Hey, you got this, Clark?"
yeah, there's so many. Oh, Jocko, you're up. It doesn't do anything. It just kind of stays up in the air and just kind of looks at you.
I'll come in the room next to Clark and kind of check the ghost out, I guess, and say, "What happened in here, man? I saw some freaking elevator and would you touch something? What's going on, man?"
You're
Doesn't
talking to
say a
me?
thing.
Yeah, my free action. You can do a free action.
To me
talk.
or the ghost?
Oh, I thought you were talking. I thought he was
No,
talking
to
to the
Clark.
ghost
No,
too.
I was gonna. What
Yeah.
happened here?
Alexa, shut the fuck up.
I thought that was part of the clean feed.
No.
That's the ghost.
Okay.
It's the ghost. She's got a voice. The ghost came when I touched the thing. Copy? I don't know what I'm saying.
Copy. All right, I'm not gonna attack the ghost because she seems to be just kind of floating there. I'll try to talk to it and say, "Hey, we're here on a mission to assist the upper realms
It just
saving."
stares
Who are
at you
you?
and just kind of wavers in the air, and it just kind of almost looks right through you, but doesn't respond.
It was only half
I
full when
look
I
over
started.
at Clark and go, "Should I grab something
I
and
ate
see
some
if
the
a
other day.
second ghost comes, or what's up?"
Let's just wait and see what's happening.
All right, I'll hang there and just ready in action. The melee action.
Vethedra.
Jeez,
Gozer.
ghost just kind of hanging out, not violent yet. It doesn't look angry. It just kind of looks confused and.
Just not necessarily confused, but it's just staring at you guys.
And did Clark get any of the loots into his bag, or did he just kind of approach them?
He grabbed one, he grabbed, like he touched a sword. And as soon as he touched something, not his own sword, but he touched a sword.
Hello.
And as soon as he did that, it formed.
All right, I'll hold my holy symbol out and I'll say, reveal your intentions, spirit. Helm is watching, and I don't know.
Helm ain't
maybe
watching shit. 89.
maybe I suppose that's what I would do, and I
Okay.
wouldn't take any hostile action.
And I'll just say, "Hey, Helm, I want you to grow, buddy."
So Clark
All
will
right.
look at the ghost and say, "We may assist you, spirit, in finding your final quest. How may we help you?"
It doesn't respond. It just kind of wavers in the air. Doesn't.
All right. I will reach out to try to, not in a combative way, but just to try to pass my hand through the ghost to see what goes on there.
It kind of flickers and kind of moves, but other than that, nothing happens.
All right. I'm going to turn to Jocko and just shrug my shoulders and then keep on shoveling treasure into my bag.
She was
Okay.
a beauty when she was alive, as Jocko.
And what exactly are you just grabbing everything? I mean, you saw what's there. Are you just grabbing?
I closed the picture, but I'll start grabbing probably the skull first,
You grab. Okay.
and then the
As soon-
potions. Okay, go ahead.
As soon as you touch the skull,
Mhm.
the skull levitates in the air, and it eyes the entire room, stares at you, and says in this disembodied voice, "You've made it this far, but you will not live to tell the tale."
It's
And
the Demi
everyone
Lich.
yes. And you see this thing
Bullshit, we're gonna kill
rise
you.
up
Oh,
out
fucking
of the
A.
ashes,
Oh god,
Oh,
it's him,
jeez.
it's him.
and it's go time.
Is
Oh,
it
jeez.
still
Oh,
my
jeez.
turn?
I'm gonna let you have I'm gonna let you, as soon as you grabbed it and this thing started to move, I'm gonna have you go, and let me see if I rolled. Yeah, go ahead and go, and then we will go to the top of the round.
Alright,
Demi
I'm
Liches
gonna
all day.
come down here. And I'm just gonna start fucking wailing on it, because that's what's gonna happen.
All right. And you hit. All right. You do not feel it was very effective, but it did seem to.
It did do damage, but not full
Oops,
damage.
it did.
Okay. My third attack. Oh my god. This ain't no time to be fucking around, so I'm gonna action surge.
Okay.
I know I have it. Here we go. I'm gonna take my other 3 attacks. Ooh, that's a crit. So I will in fact be taking 3 more attacks.
What was that?
What was that?
I don't know.
Did
I didn't touch him.
okay, 2 more.
Benazar's interjecting.
Wait, is he dead? I can't. My token is slightly stacked on him. I can't see his health. Is he dead?
No.
Oh, okay.
Moderate.
Why did it give me 2 attacks there? Well,
I don't know.
all right, so 1
You
more.
had 2 left. One of
Right,
them
but
was,
it shouldn't have given me 2. You know, I only clicked it once.
right.
All right, 1 more. Is that a hit? Okay.
Let us chat a bit.
All right, so that is all I can do with my 7 attacks. Oh,
Jesus.
no. As a bonus action, I will breathe fire. Sorry, my bonus
What?
action. No, sorry. Well, because I drank a potion of fire.
Okay.
remember?
Okay. I got you.
My bonus
Gotcha.
action, though, my bonus action was my extra attack, so I can't do that.
Okay, I was gonna say you drank like 10 potions. I didn't remember that one.
I
Sorry.
drank 6 of them. Yeah, I got them all on there. Okay, so I'm done.
All right. Okay. So on initiative count 20, the skull levitates even higher in the air, looks out. Well, actually, let me see if it can do this. 5. Make sure it can do this.
Okay, do I get an op attack for that?
Well, it hasn't gone out of your reach yet because your reach is 10 feet. So no,
Okay.
right? I mean, your reach is 10,
Yes,
right?
but I heard you counting 15, 20, and whatever. I thought he went way
No,
over.
I'm trying to see how far away someone is, so I apologize. So
Okay.
1 second. Okay, so Acerak looks out at Vethadur, and you see one of his eyes gleam, and Vethadur, you feel this energy wash over you and realize that you have an anti-magic field that is all around you.
Oh.
So all I can do is put a note on your field, on your character, but for now, you have no ability to cast any spells. You have no ability to use magic at this time.
And my cloak stops working.
Yes, anything that's magical on you no longer has an effect. And now it is Acerak's turn. And he
that a legendary action that he dropped on Bethador?
No,
Sounded like a lair action.
that was a lair action. He hasn't
Yeah.
done a legendary action yet.
Legendary actions come at the end of everyone's turn. Lair actions come at initiative 20.
Metagame. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Well, but that's every monster that has those.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. All right. So
Don't make me have to fight with you.
he looks at Clark. He turns an eye on Clark,
Mhm.
and one of his eyes flash as he looks at you. And I will give you a chance. You failed a charisma saving throw. That's going to be incredibly, incredibly bad for you. You are welcome to use your inspiration if you'd like.
No,
You already
I
did.
will. I did not use my inspiration.
No, you haven't. I know,
I
but
will
I'm just
use
telling you.
Indomitable.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, does that allow you to just make it?
Reroll.
No, I think it's a reroll.
Okay.
You're only one away. That's so sad.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll do it again.
Okay.
And I'm looking to see in case I fail. Can I do? I don't think there's anything preventing me from using them. Oh, sorry. So I'm going to do the reroll, but I'm going to do the reroll with advantage, and I am going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
Would you mind hiding the berserker so they remove it from our tracker? Kind of makes it so I can see them a little bit easier.
How can I hide them? Oh, you mean, well, they're green, so okay, I can turn them colors and.
Okay, yeah, it's up to you. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get them through that anti-magic field.
I don't
Just
think
thinking.
so, but I'll do this while Clark's doing his thing.
Copy. It would just help me get a quicker glance of the
I
combat.
don't know what the hell he's talking about. Why would he need? I guess I don't understand what you're after. You just
He
scroll
wants
up and
to
down.
see the enemies in the combat tracker.
Yeah, but just scroll up and down. I don't know why.
Quick
Alright.
glances.
So I've marked advantage for my next saving throw.
Okay, go for it. Oh, and I'll drop it. You want me to drop it on
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 1 second.
I don't want to be irresponsible.
And you failed.
All right, I'll do my last Indomitable, but it's not going to be at advantage. I got to get a 19.
Oh, you can do it again. Okay.
Yeah, I got
didn't know
one
you
more.
could keep doing it.
And
It doesn't say must accept the next roll or anything, because Lucky does.
Cool. No, that's cool.
you throw. If you do so, you must use the new roll. Oh, you must use the new roll, and you can't use this feature again until you finish a long rest. Except it says at 13th level you can do it twice between. So I do have to accept the new roll. So yeah, I guess I can.
Okay.
Hold on. I will donate my inspiration to give you advantage.
Well, he already
No,
gave.
No, I already did it.
Yeah, he
Oh,
already
you
did it.
One already.
Yeah, I can't re-roll it again on the same turn.
So you guys see Clark, and as this eye and this gem of an eye looks at him, he flickers, and as soon as he flickers, he winks out of existence, and you guys can kind of see his entire all of his equipment, his entire body gets sucked into this eye socket of a gem.
Oh,
Really?
fuck me.
Yes.
Now, there's no way that
What's up, CJ?
freedom of movement spell did anything to prevent that. Would there? No, probably not. Okay, it wasn't a forced move or anything. Okay.
Right. All right, Jocko, it is your turn.
Burp, burp.
Jocko's gonna kill him and pull it out of his eye.
Heck
Okay.
was that noise?
It's like a reckless attack.
Oh.
Full barbarian.
Full
I can
barbarian,
climb.
rage, frenzy, the whole fucking advantage attack, reckless attack.
You want to go up a wall? I'll get you still. So I'm gonna climb where I need to go. I think he said he levitated a little bit, but that doesn't save him from my.
Yeah, he didn't. I didn't say he went out of reach, so you're fine.
All right, I'm not gonna do Great Weapon Master because -5 is not good.
Yes. Very good.
And
I
I got
should've done.
2 attacks coming. 19.
You hit.
31. Whoa, +12. Hello. And
Nice.
a 10.
And it didn't do quite as much as you'd expect, but it still did damage.
Let's go again. That's a
Yep,
hit
it's
too.
a hit. It's there's chips coming out of his skull. He seems to be wavering.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Oh, snap. Fucking A.
And as you do
Yes.
that, the skull drops to the ground, screaming, "I will be back. This is just for now. You will
Oh, my
see me
Jesus.
later."
I'm
And
grabbing
falls
the
my
gem
to
and
the
going,
ground.
where's my buddy Clark? He got sucked into this gem. I got the gem in my hand.
The skull is there with the gems in the eyes still.
It is, but as the skull collapses and the gems fall out, you see this flickering in the gem, and you actually see Clark kind of materialize. And as he comes back, he seems completely spent, and he probably has some stories to tell of where he was on some strange demi-plane, but he is alive, just
What?
very worse
Close
for
to
the wear.
Yeah, he's really close to death.
I'm close
Welcome
to death.
back, Clark.
All right.
The
Oh, I
ghost
have.
is-
Oh my God. Bonus action. The thing. What? You have a second one. Right there. I do it.
And you guys, there is all manner of gems and treasure here, but you have defeated Asarak
Yes.
and the Tomb of Horrors. Very close.
Yes.
You did.
Oh, dang it.
I
Very
fucking.
nicely done.
CJ's got to be. What kind of bullshit? Rob's alive.
What?
That's bullshit.
What
The
about-
Ginsu warriors?
What about the phylactery?
Yeah, the phylactery is not here, and it's not part of the Tomb of Horrors.
Oh,
Yeah, we
he
would
cannot-
have.
He cannot be completely killed.
Oh
He
my
is way
God.
too smart.
Awesome.
Excellent.
I
Yeah,
used
that
all.
was
I drank all my
my-
potions at the last minute. Drink.
Frickin'
guzzle 'em all.
7 attacks on him took
Didn't
him
help.
down to the nub, and
Yeah,
then Jocko could come in.
I thought about, and initially I was giving him even more hit points, but I was trying to play it straight up because he's got the max hit points for a Demi-Lich, but you guys were so high level for this thing.
Yeah.
But it still
Well,
was a
and
challenge.
it's pretty awesome, yeah, because he demagicked. First of all, he killed a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Then he demagicked a guy. Then he sucked the guy into his head. And then if Yurash had, or
Right.
Jocko had, and Jocko was.
No, I think that was.
Yeah. That was
I
awesome.
think it turned out to be pretty good. That was a lot of fun. Sorry, CJ.
Wow.
Man, damn it! I was hoping.
Well,
Ah, that's
I
fine.
would I could divine intervention once a day every day until it succeeds.
well,
And that's what I Vethador would do.
and one thing I was hoping you guys might do, and I don't know if you guys want to talk about some of the rest of the module, and if you want to go into that, Rob, but the room you just left, the urn had an ifrit in it that would grant you 3 wishes.
Ah, fuck.
I'm heading back in there.
So
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, we would,
Benazar.
we would
Well,
definitely
yeah.
bring back
you can certainly.
Venazar. So now, if one of the wishes, if we had wished for to defeat Acererak, would that have worked?
Well, it wouldn't for a couple of reasons, and one of the reasons, one of the ways I would have played it, and everyone seems to play this differently, is I would have had the Ifrit, whatever your first wish was. I would say that he grants it and looks around, and he's very surprised, but it doesn't materialize, and that's because he's granting a wish within an anti-magic field, which doesn't work. And I think that was another one of Asarak's ways of saying "screw you." You think you're going to get some wishes out of here? Now,
Nice.
if you get him out of there, maybe it would have worked. I don't think just to kill Asarak.
That's
that would have
4
been,
syllables, by the way.
That
It's Acererak, not Acerak.
It's not. It's not actually. If
I
least
just heard
everywhere
a-
I've listened to
I
it,
just heard a D&D pronunciation podcast,
Oh,
and
did
that's
you?
what they said. Yeah, that's
that's
how I
funny
knew.
because I've actually looked at a bunch of places and And everybody, some people say Aster. It's funny. Chris Perkins says, say it however you want. It doesn't
Yeah,
I
matter.
think I saw an
Yeah.
interview with Gygax, and he said Asarak. So
Okay, I don't know.
kidding, I'm
Whatever.
kidding.
Oh,
I'm
really?
I'm teasing.
I guess.
Oh, nice. So
Oh my
I
God,
don't know
good
if you
job,
guys
guys.
want to go. Yeah, you guys did a really good job. There was a couple of places I really wanted you to face something, and you guys avoided it, which was really good on your part. But I don't know. We can even do like another session sometime if you want, Rob, to debrief. We don't have to go back through it all if you don't want, or I could tell you guys a few things. It's up to you.
Now let me ask you this: if we as players played that again, is there enough stuff in it that we would have
Nah.
no? Okay, that's what I thought. So
No, I mean, there
enough
was
of it.
one. There was one iconic scene that I was really hoping and I'd all prepared for, and you guys just avoided it.
I'm at the point where I would probably read through it, the module, and spoil myself.
Yeah.
Do you want to see the whole dungeon? Would you guys like
Oh
to
yeah,
see that?
yeah. Let's see.
Yes, sir.
All right, hold on. It's going to take me a little bit to unshade this, and then I'll share it.
Is there
That was fun. I
is there
really
like a
enjoyed it.
DM map that has the entire thing on it, or is it still in pieces?
Well, there's a player map too, but it's funny because each one, it's like broken up into 10 sections, but there is an
Yeah.
overall player map. We just don't really use it all.
So
Okay, I'm
just
almost
to
there. Hold on.
recap for the stream, you brought in all the old school stuff from the PDF, or to
Yeah,
share
I
that
just
with
went to
us?
the illustration. Yeah, I bought the S1
Nice.
AD&D, and then I got the illustration booklet, which you can
Awesome.
get for free, I think. And I just put those all in as story entries.
That's dope, man. That's
Tomb of
really made
Annihilation.
it
We played that
easy.
already, Jay
So
Murphy.
it's
That's
awesome.
on YouTube.
Thanks
We
for-
played that whole thing.
All right, it might take a little bit because it's probably a pretty big, but this is the whole.
Whoa! Holy
Yep.
shit!
So in some of the things, obviously, you guys know that the devil the green devil would have killed you instantly if you went through that. There were several portals of mist that if you walked through it, you would have materialized at the entrance completely naked with no armor, weapons, nothing. And you guys avoided those, and then you would have seen them if you made it to the Demi-Lich's room. But yeah, but you guys did a really good job of finding the important things. The
What's
one
that
thing
down
that
in the southeast there with the little.
That was the
reverse-
mist.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Was
so
there
this
anything
mist,
in the
Yeah,
middle?
we went there. We went there.
That's right.
there was a siren. There was a siren in the mist, and she wouldn't have done a whole lot. It was more of a distraction than anything. She would have followed you a little bit, but she couldn't really do much. But the one I wanted to spring on you was here. So I don't know if you guys can see my arrow in the middle of the
Yeah.
map, kind of down by those stairs. So Clark, you immediately, and this is what's hard because you guys have such high passive perception, and I didn't want to nerf it. Most people go right over this trap door because it's like a 20, or I think it was a 18 or 20 passive perception. But if you go up into this area, which you avoided altogether, into this next room here, and if you open these double doors, it basically unleashes sleep gas that knocks everyone out for a certain number of rounds. And I would have played it that Benazar didn't get knocked out because he's a half elf, I think.
Yeah.
But when that happens, what then happens, if I can put it in here, I want to show you guys because I had this all ready to go.
Awesome.
So this steamroller then materializes out of this hallway, and it comes down here and here and rolls over anyone that it beats in initiative,
Sleep.
and it kills you instantly with no save.
Oh, it's like a fucking.
No save.
So it basically
that's
knocks you
awesome.
out. And then, and I had this whole thing, like you'll have to share this with you guys, because I had, because I knew that Benazar could survive it. Where is it? I had, okay, I just shared this DM note. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yes.
So I had all this stuff ready so that if Benazar was trying to carry you guys before this steamroller, I was trying to say, okay, could he get him out? It was pretty
Nope.
funny. But so yeah, that was probably the biggest thing you guys missed. That would have been a fun See if
So
he
it's
got gotten
funny
out.
because we happened to just coincidentally, I mean, Benazar did die, but we avoided a lot of deadly shit.
What would
You
have
guys really
happened
did.
if we went through the archway in that jeweled hallway? I'll put a mark. We never went in that door, did we? I don't remember.
Wait, I'm sorry. Which I'm trying
Yeah,
to look
yeah,
for
we
where
did.
you're.
At the end of
20
the
foot,
jeweled
yeah.
hallway, upper left, we
Oh
went.
no, I don't think you guys did. That
We
was
looked in
one.
that room though, didn't we? Because I remember.
You did, but you didn't go through the hallway, and that
That was
would
the
have.
archway with the holders on the brick.
Yeah, no matter how you would have manipulated that one, if you would have walked through it, you would have reappeared at the beginning of the adventure naked.
That was the naked one.
That was one of them. There were several. There were a couple actually, but that was one of them. Same thing could have happened. I'm trying to remember somewhere else, but yeah, and I couldn't. That whole thing with the mummy, you guys killed me. I'm like, what? I couldn't believe you guys did that. I'm like, okay. I mean,
Oh
there
yeah, and
wasn't
then
really
there was
anything.
there was the sliding floor into the fucking volcano pit. I forgot about that. This is like a
Yeah, up
crazy
here.
shit
Yeah.
in here.
What
man.
was with the mummy? Was there something?
Well,
storyline
I mean,
there?
if you would have pulled the gem out of its head, it would have turned into a mummy lord that had like
Oh.
significant fire resistance. But the way you guys played it, I mean, I'd never seen that done, but I don't know why it wouldn't have affected him the same way with the crown. So I
Yeah.
played it the same way.
Yeah, that was good. I appreciate that. That was
was
like,
good.
oh, he's
You gotta
Jeez,
stop
that's
putting that crown on people because they're just disappearing.
sorry.
Yeah,
baby.
but it was, and that whole anti-magic field right before it gets to him, that was pretty, God, it's just a crazy adventure. But
What was
you
in
guys,
that
I thought you guys did a really
sarcophagus
good
with
job.
the Ifrit? In the treasure chest by the Ifrit.
There were there was a bunch of treasure. I mean, not huge, but there was a bunch of treasure in there. But there was also on each chest it's triple locked with purple worm poison. So you get one prick of needle damage, but then you get like 40 points of damage anytime that needle penetrated your skin.
That would have set us up for death, but that's all right.
Well, and there was a lot. If you look at the initial
It's a Sarah.
adventure, like some of the pit traps, if you get poisoned, you immediately die, no save in the original adventure.
Yeah, fucking A.
So I mean, there's some really,
I just
AD&D
picture Gygax sitting around with his player, like clapping his hands like it's a casino and going, "Nope, dead. Try again. Start over."
right?
He's
But
playing
we played
Riders on the Storm from the Doors as he's writing this shit up.
Yeah. But it just,
Riders on the Storm.
oh, my players,
we-
no, we played it 65 times. They never made it. Like
But we-
that's what I have in my head that he was doing.
But we played it pretty straight up. Like I said, I went back and
Yeah, you
forth
did
with
great.
myself. I tried to decide if I was going to give you guys all the passive perception, but in my mind, you have it. I mean, you got to give it to you. And I think I think this would be perfect for like a 10th or 11th level. I think 15th is awfully high, but you guys still had a death and almost 2. So,
Yeah, I think the because if you're 10th or 11th, we probably still would have had the same puzzle solving skills and the same role playing skills. It just would have been our attacks wouldn't have been as powerful. So it would
well,
have
and
been
you guys,
more of
yeah.
a challenge for the fights. Because we
Well,
were
you
just
guys
like,
did-
I would step up and hit like somebody 7 times and beat them down to 90% death, and then Jocko would step
Well,
in.
and you guys didn't even rest. I mean, you did a short rest, but I've
A
seen
short
people
rest,
come
yeah.
into the tomb and do like 3 long rests.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
So-
You said something weird would happen. What is the weird thing?
I was just trying to discourage you from resting, but what I was going to do with a long rest is basically give all your powers and spells back, but no hit points. I was going to make you roll hit dice, so you would get back half of your hit dice like normal, but I was going to make you roll for hit dice. I saw somebody do that.
Oh
for a
yeah,
high
that's
level
actually
party.
a variant rule. It's called natural
it?
healing or something. Yeah, where at a long rest you don't get back hit points. You have to spend your hit dice.
And I didn't want to nerf, like I said, I didn't want to nerf your
Oh,
spells.
I like that rule.
But
Yeah,
that was what I was.
that's in the Dungeon Master's Guide, I think. It's
I
called,
didn't know that. I just
there's
I didn't know that.
couple different. There's like 2 or 3 different healing scenarios you can use for campaigns. You just tell the players, oh, we're going to use this rule. It's like the diagonal thing. You can do every second diagonal is 10 feet. It's just a variant rule, yeah.
But
Yeah, I just saw
half-
somebody do
half
it.
Overrides all that. He gets half his hit points back.
And Fantasy Grounds actually even has it. If you go to the options, it's even in there. You scroll all the way to the bottom. It's got healing variants, and then you can change it from standard to
I remember
whatever.
that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right in the options, and I did the one thing I did because there's not many monsters. I did change the option to have all the monsters be at max hit points, but there's
Oh,
only a
right.
couple battles. And
And,
Asarak, he's supposed to be at max. That's just how it
It's a
is.
Sararak.
So what
How
was with the
significant-
ghost in the last room?
It's not really anything unless you kind of attack it enough to make it materialize. Then it becomes a ghost that just kind of attacks you and drains more hit points. As far as makes you weaker.
what kind of fat loots was in that last room?
Yeah,
What's the fattest loots?
let me put it in the party. Let me open that. Because there is a lot, and I think you're supposed to roll for a bunch too if you're in a campaign. So let me image counter parcel. Here we go. So, well, no, that's the wrong one. Small 97 gems, black opal
97 small
spear.
gems.
But there's also like 12 potions you're supposed to roll for, 6 spell scrolls, 5th level or lower, magic ring, magic rod, magic staff, 3 wondrous items. You're supposed to roll for all that if you're in a campaign.
Oh.
Nice.
Check out the note for the sphere.
I didn't look at it. For the sphere, is that what you said?
The
Oh,
spear.
spear.
Clearly magical. Otherwise, why was it found in a Demi-Lich's tomb?
And that's what it is.
I think that's Zacchaeus putting those notes in there like that because
Yeah.
for Fantasy Grounds you have to put a description, but obviously
Right.
the WotC, so that's just the developer makes that up, and that's what he chose to say. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, and it says
First,
4 magic
oh my
weapons, a defender, a sword of vengeance, a berserker axe, and a spear of backbiting. So that's one of the spears that. And some of these had I think one of the chests had 10,000 platinum pieces, but as soon as you take them out of the tomb, it shows that it's copper. So
What
there's all
was
kinds.
the refined flail? What was that?
Flail +1.
Okay.
So that was just yeah.
And did we ever figure out a use for that mace?
It really wasn't. I mean, that whole thing, and I don't know if you guys here. Let me pull that up again because it's just that was just a glorified.
Don't forget,
zombie.
guys, I'm going to give away a prize and also announce the
is
Wednesday
what it was.
show.
It was a
so
false,
don't leave.
obviously, crypt, but
Don't you?
and I don't know if
you're
I
gonna
can
miss out
share
on
this.
another
Actually, no, I'll do
prize.
this right here. So one of the things I did, I'm going to put him in the combat tracker. Turn him green so you can see him, because you could see his name, right?
Yeah.
So
I
I spelled his name wrong just to see if anybody picked it up, because he's just supposed to be I think it just shows as like a zombie or something. So I changed his name to Asarak.
Nice.
So
This is Sararak.
yeah,
Great job, man. That was dope.
that was fun. Cool. No, I really enjoyed it, guys.
And the Dirty Rotten Scoundrels are finished.
Yeah,
The Dirty
it's
Rotten
over,
Scoundrels
51.
are finished. Episode 51.
And Clark
how we
is
do it.
almost at 0 hit points.
I did the
Mhm.
second
Yeah.
one. I was at 1 when I came out.
And I think if you destroy, I think you're supposed to destroy the gem, and if you do that, then I think you do come back. So I think that was realistic
What was
that you
with
would
the
actually
orange
come back.
gem? Was there anything special with that?
So I was trying not to go too far with it because I didn't want you guys totally distracted. But if you try to do a wish spell with it, it will appear to work, but it's evil and it will not work. And then about a round later, the gem explodes and kills everything in a 15-foot radius.
Oh, like
Nice. Jesus.
That's
So-
awesome.
There's some and yeah, there weren't too many just outright gotcha. This is kind of bullshit. You're dead. Like, the one with Benazar. That's kind of like if you don't pick up on the gold, silver stuff, and that was still really hard to. How do you know which side to pick? It's basically if you pick the silver side, you're dust. If you pick the gold side, it removes the crown, no problem.
Yay.
What
That
kind
was
of
kinda-
bullshit?
Yeah, that was probably one of the few.
CJ,
Like, come on.
He's like, I said silver.
All right, we're gonna run right to a 28th level Arc Cleric and revivify Benazar.
I would continue to try to divine intervention every day until it worked.
Cool. Now get him back. Bring him back, man. Got to have Benazar back. I don't know. And the only way to change and I struggled with this one because when Benazar went through and came out with change in both alignment and gender, it says that a greater restoration
Bofford,
will restore the
I'm sick of giving you
alignment
stuff.
only if she had gone back in. If she went back in one more time and came out, it would have changed her gender back. And it's so weird. The way it's written is it says a greater restoration spell will work only if essentially you've changed your gender back. So that was kind of bullshit, but I played it as it was. Because you did do a greater restoration and it didn't work. So
Yeah,
anyway,
that's insane.
that was kind of crap, but I was trying to, like I said,
no.
play it by the book.
Yeah,
That's
no, that was a
insanity.
good job. Complete insanity.
Well,
So many places
yeah.
to die.
Yeah,
Well,
especially
we've
for
heard
going
that
lower.
everybody dies in the Tomb of Horrors, and we didn't. Except for Benazar. Sorry, Benazar.
Well, and you guys, yeah, I the whole it was hard to do the whole false ending part too, but you guys did that. That was fun because I was trying to figure out. I didn't want you guys to, obviously. I knew you wouldn't just walk out, but it was cool that you guys actually did walk away. That was fun. That you did go away for a while and then came back. You're like,
we
oh
came
shit,
back. The program delusion. That's dope.
that was fun.
That was
Yeah.
super fun. I can't believe we played. I mean, it took us 15 months or whatever. I don't know. May 10th. So June, July, August, September. So 16 and a half months to play that book, which was 7 different adventures.
More than a year.
What was your guys' favorite? Or I guess everyone here didn't play, but Clark did.
Yeah, I didn't play them all.
I can tell you what my least favorite one was, which was the one I DM'd, because I fucking I don't know. Let's see, what was I can't even remember them all. So
It wasn't.
You did
Timon
White
Chan.
Plume Mountain.
I did
Okay.
White Plume Mountain. It was the shortest one.
And CJ was the one that we were saying was here for the whole thing?
CJ and I are the
Yeah,
only 2
yeah.
original players.
But Benazar was not my original character.
Did CJ didn't run one of the games, did he?
I did.
Oh, he
yeah,
did.
he did.
I
Yeah,
ran
he
Yeah,
was in
the
it,
only
yeah.
person
That's right.
person currently here that didn't is
Nice.
you.
No,
Yo, it's blood.
what?
See,
But
yeah,
I
'cause
get it.
it was
Whistler and Wizards. Yeah.
Whistler and Wizards. Yeah. So the original DM was Doug, and then the second DM was
Praetor, I think.
Praetors. Third was Geo. Fourth was me.
Geo was second.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so Doug, then Geo, then Praetors, then me, then
And CJ.
CJ, then Jay, then Gwydion.
I think
Wow, that's
CJ
epic.
was this team here, right?
What's that?
And
Yep.
Yeah,
I played in CJ's and
This was the
Yeah.
exact
Gwydion
one.
the quitters
yeah,
were Doug Davison, Digital Dave Middleton, Praetors Rejects, FSH Smo,
And
Geo.
GeoQuester.
and Geo.
Oh yeah.
Those are the quitters. They're all
Did
quitters.
the chat enjoy? I didn't get to watch it. Did they
Let's
enjoy
see.
the thing?
Gotta enter to keep you guys on your toes. Tippy toes. Boffrin says Rob is sick of giving me prizes.
Oh, who won? Did Boffrin win?
No, Dead Hand won at the beginning, and I'm gonna give one more away right before I
Okay.
close the stream. So,
Oh,
yeah, they were earlier. They were saying stuff. It scrolled beyond that
Cool.
now, but I don't know. Fight never
Oh, no,
fought
it's all
the
good.
squid before. They're talking about Gatherbot. They don't care about the game. But yeah, that was awesome. That was. Oh, so what was my favorite one? I don't know. Maybe this one.
I don't know what my favorite.
I
liked
can't. You
him.
know you know me. I can't remember the fucking other ones. All I remember was Doug Davison said, "Okay, you go down the stairs," and then I fucking went to the hospital, almost died. That's all I remember from that.
God. Yeah.
And then
CJ's was pretty awesome. That
That was yeah.
Dead
was-
and Fey.
Yeah,
was
that
a
was
big
Oh
one.
yeah, that was the
Another
one that had
lich
all
there.
the. Yeah, I like that one too because it was the big map the whole time. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. All
Yeah.
the phylactery and all that shit. Yeah.
This was one of the shorter ones.
I
'cause,
don't know.
man,
The
Dead and
Giants one
Fey,
was good because it
was
had
cool.
the. Yeah, I mean, I kind of liked them all. I just. The only reason I didn't like mine was because I was the DM. I'd rather be a player, but they were all okay, but and some were funner than others. But and then I can't remember a lot of the ones from a year ago.
Cheerbits.
I
Cheerbits
feel
on
like
the stream.
Samoa
Thanks for the
Chan
cheerbits.
could have
Kobold
gone
was good.
better.
Dragon Bait says, Chirbits, great campaign, guys. Thanks, he says.
Cool. Yeah, I think you guys were a good party. I wasn't too worried because you guys are a good group, but I listened to and watched
No,
enough
I know you guys care. I was
streams
just
that
joking.
there were some Tomb Horror streams that just broke down into people like,
Bickering?
they were so pissed off and
Oh.
bickering, and the DMs kind of like, yeah, this was bullshit. These players sucked. It
Well,
was-
I knew going in.
mean,
I mean, I think we all did. That it's any
Yeah.
second you're gonna die, and I promoted
Yeah.
the show that way. I was tweeting out and said, "Come watch us die tonight." I did this like the last 3 weeks. Come watch.
And
us
it
die.
was, I mean, I didn't early on when Urash fell into that 100-foot pit. I was initially thinking, crap, you guys aren't going to get out. And then obviously, once you guys all went in there, then you guys could do some shit and cast some
Flying.
spells. But if it was just Urash, he was done. That was going to be
Yeah.
like first
Could I-
episode done.
Could I have removed Curse the Crown from Benazar?
Not, I mean, you know what? I'd have to go back and look. And no, I think remove curse would work for the floating effect, but I don't think it works for the crown.
Boss
And they're
glory.
pretty explicit with what works and what doesn't.
Right.
The other
Right.
thing, if you guys took out the crown and the scepter, and if you guys, once you're all done, you go back out,
Boss
as
gift.
soon as you leave the tomb, you're attacked by Vrox. Two
Oh,
demon
wow.
Vrox.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
That's
god.
a nasty deal, man.
Well, yeah, especially at like 10th, 11th level. And like I said, I think 11th, maybe even 12th, but I think 15th was high, but with only 4 players, that it wasn't easy.
Yeah, back in the day, they used to load up these games with many players. So just imagine people
Yeah.
just dropping.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, I'm sure that I could speak on behalf of CJ, but I appreciate Gwydion and Urash and Jay coming in to fill in the gaps where we had our quitters.
It was fun. Thanks for
So-
the invite.
Oh yeah,
Thanks for
thanks for the
doing that.
invite. Definitely. I appreciate
And
that.
I was really excited about especially having Doug. I mean, and Doug's thing is that, he's got only limited time, and then of course we all know what happened with Dave. He had to his life got turned upside down, and he had to move, and I don't know what fucking Gio's excuse is, but anyway, these other guys just quit. But so I'm glad we were able to go, 50 every Wednesday, but obviously we skipped some because 52 weeks is a year, but we did 51 episodes, but across 16 and a half months. So I thought it was an excellent,
Big achievement.
big achievement. Thank you. You took the words out of my mouth that I couldn't come up with. So I thought that was great.
Yeah, and we got to show off Fantasy Grounds, which really epically exhibited how awesome a whole campaign with all the TYP or whatever could
Yeah,
play
and
through.
when Gwydion started DMing, then we added Sirenscape sounds and everything else. So yeah, pretty good stuff.
Did you see the note I just shared with you?
Yeah, Legendary Resistance.
This was my
Succeeded.
little cheat sheet because there's so much crap. I just put this together to say, okay, if he gets hit with an effect, he can, just immediately say he succeeds on his save 3 times. And then I kind of had a strategy on what is he going to do? He's going to trap soul. But Vethader, he did the anti-magic first. So I went after Jocko.
Well, so is that like a turn-based thing? Like it ends at the next initiative 20?
it does,
Or can you get out of it?
No,
just follows you.
it's the end. So the next time it popped up to the initiative 20, it would have gone away.
Oh my god. That's
Did
Some of
he
these,
have-
Sorry?
Some of these beholder fuckers in the game have a thing where it does that, only it's a cone. So everybody in a
Right.
60-foot cone. Oh my god, I've had, and that was in one, at least one of the adventures we had, because I had a thing on my character sheet called anti-magic field that would basically just put effects in the combat tracker that nerfed all my magic shit.
Well, Tall
Jeez.
Joe dropped that shit on us and
Right.
jacked up Gwydion when he was.
Oh,
the
right,
wizard.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was right.
CJ, what were you going to ask about Asarak?
Did this Demi-Lich have the
It's a
built-in
server.
party wipe?
No. What do you mean the built-in party weight? I'm sorry.
So the Demi-Lich you fought in Dead and Fey had a AoE basically save or be reduced to 0 hit points.
Oh right.
Whoa.
And
No.
then
No, he has legendary actions and lair actions, but not lair. Isn't there something else? There's like lair. There's something else he did not have.
I think that was a recharge thing that he had. The other Demi-Lich had.
So monsters have traits, actions, reactions, legendary actions, lair actions. I think that's it, and spells.
Yeah, I'm gonna look something up because I remember it says something about that. I thought there was something he didn't have.
And then there, of course, any monster could have a special thing that says, here's what happens with this guy, and then fucking it's weird.
Yeah, it's funny. I went back and forth. Initially, I put him at 100 hit points, and he's supposed to have 80. I wanted to make it hard, but not impossible for you guys. But then I kind of like, that's too much. Let's just leave it at 80 and see how it goes.
When we're doing 40 damage, or well, I guess that ends up being 20 because he was resistant or whatever. But
He's resistant to a lot,
I
including
get
magic.
7 attacks on the guy. Fucking A.
Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't
It could have
realize
been
he had
8 if
quite
I
that
would have
much.
crit twice, right? That was nuts. I love that. I think that's my favorite trait out of all the things you can have as a class power is the critical hit at 18. I fucking love it.
Nice. Yeah, that was cool.
that is amazing.
So to CJ's point, what Asarak didn't have, there's lair actions and lair traits. He did not have lair traits. And lair traits are like first time somebody enters the tomb, they take like a bunch of necrotic damage, or they're frightened, or a couple things like that. Nothing like over the top.
And lair traits aren't part of the stat block. They're just descriptive, right? That's why.
I think so.
Yeah, they're never, because if you look at if you open a blank stat block for a monster, lair traits are not one of the things you can fill in. But I think that's just part of the description.
Got it. But I mean, the trap soul is just nasty. I mean, it's an 18 charisma save.
Ooh.
And it even said, I mean, this guy, Gygax went so far with his adventure. I mean, he even says basically he scans everyone and he knows which one is weaker. So it's like, don't do it on Benazar because he has a good save. You do it on everybody else. It's crap.
It's only a +10. I mean, come on.
Right? I know.
Well,
cool, man. I don't know what else.
I can't believe we won D&D, everybody.
We did it. Yeah. I'm super high on the College of Glamour. It is the shit.
It is the
that
shit.
was cool.
That's amazing.
Benazar was impressive. Yeah, that was cool.
What is that?
He ended up dying, but he was the shit.
What is the College of Glamour source book, CJ?
Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
It is, okay. Oh, so you were able to, because Xanathar's came out after this, right? So you were able to switch that. Oh, that's right. It wasn't your original character.
Yeah. Well, and I think when it came out, I think it might have been the one you were DMing. I think I asked if I could make that change.
Oh, and then you changed it. Yeah, okay. Because the Xanathar's was the next release right after this book, right? The Tales from the Yawning Portal, then Xanathar's. I can't remember the release schedule now.
I think we were all excited about it, so I think there was an opportunity for everyone to kind of try to use stuff from it.
Yeah, exactly.
And so Clark is an original from the first beginning character.
Clark is the only character that is still from the first game.
CJ too, right?
That's impressive.
I do hope
CJ, CJ's an original player, but his character changed.
I do hope everyone agrees that Benazar ended up being cooler than Vostok.
Yeah, Vostok was a kobold, right?
The kobold sorcerer.
Yeah,
I remember Vostok.
I liked Vostok though; he was funny.
Yeah, kobold. The first campaign was a bunch of kobolds, so he was. That
yeah, and I was like making some kind of plans for like Vostok to kind of take over the clan and have his own clan of kobolds.
Oh yeah,
and then Jeff went and murdered them all.
He was coming on to the queen of the kobolds, big time.
And then
Yeah.
Bring it,
Dave
baby.
was playing what was his character's name?
Blood.
Oh, Splug, and
Splug,
he even got fucking
goblin,
cosplay and
cleric
everything else.
or
It was really
whatever.
funny. And then Doug's character was a druid who was just running around trying to recruit everybody and hug trees and roll in the dirt.
Yeah,
and
but
every
he
other
went
thing.
full on alligator, crocodile, or whatever. That was
yeah,
hilarious.
he was crazy.
Nah, Steve Martin.
Yeah, well that's how the name got started. Is that Schmo? This game was Schmo's idea. He was the original person that said, "Hey, we should do Tales from the Yawning Portal," and asked Doug and Dave and just get some people. Let's do it. And I said, "Okay, let's ask." And then they said yes, and we were like, "What? Oh shit, we have to do it now." And so Schmo had said we should be from I don't know how, he had like a Randy Quaid and a Chevy Chase pictures, and I said those will be our tokens, and I'll be Clark and you'll be Eddie. And he goes, okay. So then we told Doug about it, and he goes, oh, I'll be Ruprecht from Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. And he goes, I'll be
Nice.
Steve Martin. And so we gave him a token, and he goes, yeah, I'll use that for my character. So he was Ruprecht the Monkey Boy.
And then all of his animal tokens had eye patches on them.
Yeah, he had the alligator with a patch and a bear with a patch and a spider with a patch. It was so funny. And then what was hilarious is Schmo couldn't say Ruprecht or wouldn't say it, and he kept calling Doug's character Rupert all the time. And then every time he would say it, I would repeat it, and it was just fucking hilarious. And then so it started with the two from the vacation movies, and I'm the only person still. I got fucking Chevy Chase with a fucking Santa hat still there, and he had the Eddie one, he had the Randy Quaid one, and then Doug had the Steve Martin one, and then that's how we named the group. That's Ruprecht the Monkey Boy is from the movie Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, so that's where the name came from.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then they all fucking quit. They all quit. I'm not bitter though.
Show must go on.
I was
Show
a little
must go on.
bitter when Jeff killed all the kobolds.
You can't
Yeah.
hate somebody that needs to quit. You can't.
Holy Jesus, look at this. That's
So
funny. You took a screenshot and made a picture so you could share it to us in Fantasy Grounds. I see what you did there.
That's epic.
Yeah, I just had to show you guys. This was out of Ableton Live, so I kind of did it by room so that I have Fantasy or Sirenscape,
Wow.
obviously, but these are all the like individual sounds. You didn't hit them all, obviously, but it was fun doing this, setting this
Thanks
up.
for doing all that work.
That's
That is
cool.
epic.
Yeah.
That is crazy, yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
thanks.
I thought it was a lot of work
Oh.
to set up the Friday game with the Dragon High sounds, but this is looking like, oh my god.
I'll show it to you when we
Awesome.
in Whistler.
Yeah, we're
but
gonna.
Are you a sound
it's fun.
engineer?
No. No, I've just played around with a bunch of stuff, and I try not to get it too much because I know in some cases people can do sound too much. So I hope I didn't overpower things.
Oh
I was
no, I
trying
thought
to
it was
do
great.
just
I
enough.
loved it.
Cool. Good.
I think the sounds is
Super
so
fun.
great to add to it, and I'm excited about having you show us this in Whistler. He's gonna have a seminar for us.
Yeah,
10 minutes.
yeah, it'll be fun.
We're allotting from 12 to 12:10 a.m. on Wednesday.
Nice. There you go. All right. Very cool.
All right, guys. Well, that was awesome. I that was super fun. It's over now.
It's over now.
It's
Yep.
sad tier,
All right.
one tier, one clown tier.
Exactly.
End credit song is "Tears in Heaven"
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
by Eric
Nice.
Clapton.
I like it.
Only it's in like the breathy female cover version,
Nice.
and it's Benazar singing from the afterlife.
Oh, because he
Oh
died.
man. Damn it. Rip.
Rip. All
Damn
right,
it,
guys.
Ripperino.
All right, guys.
Well, any final comments from any of the players before we
Nah, just
shut her
thanks
down? I
again
thought
for
that was
everything.
fucking
It was a
awesome.
Thanks for all
blast.
the hard work.
Buy this set of modules and play it. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
seriously.
book, the
Really
Tales
good.
from the Yawning Portal, has 7 different adventures in it. And if you just play on a weekly basis for 3 hours a week with your players, it'll last you a year. So there you go.
Or you
Yeah,
could,
definitely.
I could picture just inserting one of the dungeons into a campaign and changing some of the names and the locations. Totally.
That's another thing is, yeah, you could play any of these individual, or even like, say for example, the Against the Giant, you could play just one part of it. I mean, they're really cool maps, and good balanced encounters and everything. And the maps are awesome, and all the adventures just about, not unlike Waterdeep Dragon Heist and Dungeons and the black and white maps. I'm pretty upset. Oh my god, I got kicked off the table. It's over.
Sorry, I shut it down.
But anyway, yeah, so good for people to play if they like it. I think it's one of the, out of all the WotC books you can get, there's like, how many now? I'm looking over there. There's like 12 adventures, 10 or 12. I think this is one of the best ones. Might not be the best, but it's one of the best. All right,
Definitely
guys.
enjoyed it.
Cool.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
No, thank you all again. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys too.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Thanks,
everybody.
Squid and Jay and CJ, and I didn't play in Rob's game, but yours was awesome too, Rob.
You didn't miss anything. It was only like 3 weeks. It was pretty short. So, all right, guys. Well, I will see you later. Take care, everybody, and thanks again. Great campaign.
Yep.
Later,
Thanks,
everyone.
guys. See ya.
All right. So for those of you watching,
Hey, Rob.
I am going to. Oh, Urash tried to
Hello?
talk to me there for a second, but I drug us in here. So.
Okay.
So Gwydion, stick around for a minute for the stream, you guys, because in addition to my giving away a prize, which I will start the raffle for now, we are going to announce what the Wednesday thing is. So if you want to win the prize, which is an item from the DM's Guild, not a package, but anything with my name on it, go ahead and enter in the chat now. The keyword is Rob Toohey. And Gwydion, do you want to tell people what we're going to be doing on Wednesday?
So, sure, absolutely. So, starting next Wednesday, we are going to start Doomsday Dawn. Doomsday Dawn is a Pathfinder playtest adventure module. So, none of us have played Pathfinder before, but the playtest rules, for some reason, I got kind of interested in them, bought the books, and I've done a bunch of the module conversions already into Fantasy Ground. So, we're going to run, it's going to be Rob, Rosh, Xelkar, and Xelkar, and Joe. I always say Joe Numbers. I don't remember his last name.
Joe
Numbers.
813210. Yeah, Joe Numbers.
Thank you. But yeah, so we're going to start it. We're going to run a few sessions, and we'll probably do and Rob, you and I can talk offline about this, but probably do a character creation if we want. I have a whole module set up, so I don't think it'll take too long, but we could do that as session 0 and then jump right into the adventure next Wednesday. But I think it'll be fun, be something a little different, maybe expose people to, we all play 5e and we love it, but maybe try something a little different, just see what it's like.
Yeah, so you guys that are watching, you know that this channel is mainly focused on 5e, but Gwydion has taken the trouble to really dive into the playtest for Pathfinder 2. And as a social media employee of Fantasy Grounds, it's not going to hurt me to branch out to another rule system. So it's not going to be probably a mainstay, although it is possible that it will become one. But we're definitely going to get into the Pathfinder 2 playtest. And Gwydion has made, if you go to the Smiteworks store now and buy any of the playtest modules, most of those are made by Gwydion himself anyway. So yeah, so I'm pretty excited about it, and so we're going to be doing. How long did you think that was going to take? Maybe 3 sessions, or?
If we just do the first part of Doomsday Dawn, yeah, I think it's probably 2 to 3. I think, best I can tell, and then we can just see what we think from there.
Okay, so this could be anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months. We won't know. And so for those of you that were wondering about 5e pickup games, I am going to bring that back, but it's more than likely going to be a Wednesday night thing, and so we'll do that when this Pathfinder playtest runs out. So kind of just an informal, timeline, no date, just whenever it happens. But starting 7 days from today, in 165 hours, we're gonna start playing Pathfinder 2 playtest with a session 0. So hopefully all you guys will come and watch that, because that's going to be the new thing. And I think the official release is January of this coming 2019, right?
I'm not sure. I think actually it's going to be the fall of next year. I think they're
Oh, is it
supposed
going to
to
be that
go
long?
until maybe
Okay.
the summer. I think so.
You
Yeah, I
know,
think
now that
like
I think
August
about
of
it, they
next year.
said 2019, but I think I just made January up in my head. I think they just said 2019 because I'm sure they'd want to play test it for more than 6 months or more than 4 months.
And they've already made quite a few changes, and I'm still learning the rules, so it'll be fun. But yeah, it's very different. But yeah, like I said, I think I never tried Pathfinder. It seemed really involved, and this seems like between 5e and original Pathfinder. And there's a lot of people that did original Pathfinder that are very passionate and thinks that it's dumbed down too much. But I actually think it's still got a lot of detail in it. It looks like it'll be fun.
All right, cool. Yeah, there's always haters.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thanks, Gwydion. I'm gonna go ahead and close the
Yeah,
stream. You
man.
don't have to hang around, but thanks for letting everybody know, and I'll
Sounds
talk to you
good.
later, sir.
Night all. Thank you.
All right, thanks. So there goes Gwydion, everybody, and let me tell Urashi wants to talk to me, so I'm gonna tell him I'll end the stream. So yeah, so thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thanks for being around. Thanks for watching the show. And again, Wednesday night, even though we're done with this campaign, that does not mean that Wednesday nights is going to go away, obviously, because we've got actually two things that we're going to do. So we're going to first do the Pathfinder playtest, and then follow that up with 5e pickup games, which will come back at least one day a week. But you can always monitor this. Okay, let's give away the prize. Who is it going to be? Draw winner. Boom, J Murphy O. J Murphy O, you are the winner. So I'll need to see PMs from both Dead Hand and J Murphy O. Once again, I will post the link in the chat for the DMs Guild, so you can take a look at that link and pick whatever you want off there to have for free. Obviously, no packages. Well, not obviously, but sometimes I let packages be, but we're not going to do that today. So, what else am I going to do? Oh, I will give the stream. I'll give you guys your end of stream rewards, and we'll do the announcements, and then we'll be done. I've got a dry throat for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's all the Pringles I fucking ate during the show. So, there's your end of stream rewards, everybody. As a reminder, you guys can do things to support the show, and I've put all the links in the chat there, all the commands for the links, so you can come to our Discord channel and talk to other like-minded Peachville. You can go to my Patreon page. We have levels for as little as $1 there to support the show. You can subscribe to the channel if you wish. Guys, if you have Amazon Prime membership, you can subscribe for free if you didn't know that. You can donate if that's your thing. Appreciate that. You can go to the DMs Guild and check the items we have for sale over there. You can follow me on Twitter or subscribe to my YouTube channel. And once again, YouTube is being bitches, so please subscribe, because I need 1,000 subscribers, and I'm just sub 900 right now. So I need at least 100 more people to follow me on YouTube, or else they don't count. They don't care about me. They're not like Twitch. Twitch loves me. Even though I'm not a partner, they still love me. They told me that at PAX West. They go, "You're not a partner, but so-and-so applied 65 times before he got it, so just keep doing it." Let's see. Today's DMs Guild sale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. So 10 items on the DMs Guild today. Still an hour and 15 minutes to go. Wow, sorry guys. I don't mean to cough in your face, but it's hard for me to have a mute button when I talk to the stream. I don't use push to talk for the stream. I do it for the players, so that when they can't hear me, I say smart ass shit to you guys. It's funny. And then they email me later, "Hey man, that's not funny," which is funny. It's funny if they do that. I think that's it, everybody. Today's Wednesday, so we'll be back Friday for Waterdeep Dragon Heist with the new sounds and everything, which means tomorrow, I guess I got to load those sounds in there, because the players are moving along. They're currently they're in mid-fight in Xanathar's hideout, so that we have that to deal with, and then after that, who knows what the fuck. All right, guys. That's going to be it. Hopefully we'll see you back here on Friday night. I will start the reruns presently, so if you hang out on the stream, the old videos will pop up, And feel free to watch those if you like, and camp out in the chat and farm XP. Otherwise, we'll see you guys later. Thanks a lot. See you on Discord in the meantime. And until then, good gaming, everyone.